855.
Paid for by the committee to elect Carol Cook Carter.
You want your floors to scream new, fresh, and stylish. But if yours are groaning, tired, old, and outdated, you're in luck. Because at Prattville Carpet, you can revitalize your floors while you save on the best brands available with perfect and professional installation and Prattville's unbeatable lifetime warranty.
Hi, I'm Ray Bowles from Prattville Carpet. If you're looking for carpet, hardwood, laminate, vinyl plank, or ceramic tile, call us today for your free measurement.
Start shopping for your floors right now at PrattvilleCarpet.com.
Prattville Carpet, we're more than just carpet.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. It's time for Montgomery's conversational radio show. It's news and views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
Welcome into the program. Thank God for another beautiful day. Hopefully it'll be a beautiful show, and Montgomery needs a new mayor. And America's back, baby. Erica's over here asking me, like, what's with the headband? I'm like, America is back after this weekend. Anyway.
Nobunaga. A little
oh, yeah.
To the Nobu.
On a tear. We got more Nobunaga. We also have a Frenchman and a Brit trying biscuits and gravy, as well as Nobunaga trying biscuits and gravy. We also found the most excited Japanese man in the country. He's so excited. He can't speak English, but he knows how to say excited.
Excited.
And did you watch any of the UFC?
I saw highlights of it. Yeah, I knew it was suspended for like an hour.
Yeah, it was pushed back for not even that long.
Wasn't that long? Okay.
And the thought, oh no, and there were so many, especially liberal boomers, saying this is sacred ground. How could you have a blood sport like UFC? It's like, oh my goodness. Can we agree on nothing? The reflecting pool is bad again, and blah, 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 everything. America sucks. In fact, I got Robert De Niro saying, I hate to say it, but loving our country is starting to sound like an abused spouse saying they love their abuser.
What a douche.
Yeah, and some other words we can't use.
Nobody cares about you anymore.
Right, so to see all these Europeans,
embrace America, man.
like just love America in so many aspects of America. And then not just Europeans, but the Japanese and fans from all over the world. And then you've got this huge, amazing event. Like, it truly looked remarkable with the White House in the background. What is that tight formation, the Blue Angels and the Thunderbirds?
They do a diamond formation. It's like a diamond. It's an inverted diamond.
Yeah, it was making me nervous seeing how close they were.
They're really close.
Like, that flyover was amazing. But, folks, I've got it on the stream here. This shot right here of the reflecting pool, facing towards, I guess, away from the White House, towards the Washington Monument, and you can see a rainbow on the horizon, and then a lightning strike hit right, almost like it's touching the Washington Monument. You know, Trump paid a lot of money for the flyover, because that's an unusual, rare thing that, the Blue Angels and Thunderbirds together do that formation.
They rarely do joint formation. I think in the last decade, I think they've done it one other time for an event, but that's a big deal.
But to see this, like, you can't plan this. And maybe it has something to do with the nation was just consecrated to the Sacred Heart of Jesus. Maybe. Maybe it has something to do with that.
I believe that.
But America's back, baby. Now, I will say the one thing in America that is driving me nuts is the politics. Is I think not just you and I, But I was talking to the guys before us,
Yeah.
listening to some of the callers, just
Yeah.
getting the sense of where people are with these runoffs. And there are a lot of folks who are just like, let's vote already. It gives a bad taste in your mouth.
Spoke to a former candidate for Senate, and he shared some very glaring stuff that just concerns. The concerns are that, like you said, we were talking before the air, just who is in charge, who's doing this, and that's the thing. So,
Well, and over the weekend, Trump announced we've got a peace deal.
I saw that. And did you notice the gas pump prices?
Yeah.
They went way down, didn't they?
Oil drops below $80 for the first time since the war began. As J.D. Vance confirms no tolls on Hormuz, no nuclear weapons. So we've got J.D. Vance kind of making the rounds in the media this morning. There's all sorts of angles that were happening over the weekend as Trump's, getting ready for this UFC event. You see that Israel stands defiant in face of U.S.-Iran agreement, refuses to play ball, started bombing Lebanon again. And I think Trump literally said, at least according to Breitbart's reporting, what the F are you doing?
Well,
This is not even, you're not even hitting something strategic.
You know what they said? They said, we're not a signature. They're kind of torqued off that they weren't involved in the talks. And I get it, but it's hard to keep that dog on a leash sometimes.
No, and it does make me think that, Trump wasn't going full Ron Paul. He never was.
Yeah.
But he also was not doing the standard neocon thing. That confuses people because he went towards a neocon goal.
He did.
Which was fighting Iran. But then he came out and did a 180, and there's all these folks very upset. In fact, it's I think from literally yeshivanews.com that Citizen Free Press linked to, where, as far as regime change, I never cared about regime change, Trump said. But complete 180 flip-flop. Or maybe he was playing ball with the Israelis, saying, if y'all can pull this off in the next few months, cool, I'll encourage it.
Yep.
But now that it's not realistic, I don't care who's in charge of Persia. I just want them to not have a nuclear weapon and open up the Strait of Hormuz.
And I think that's very pragmatic of him. And I think that he probably had to scale back a little. Munitions were short for a while, so he had to come up with an acceptable result. And for some, that will never be good enough. And for others, they will question why it even happened in the first place, which if you did that, you're absolutely ignorant if you don't understand why their weapons program was getting close to conclusion for a weapon.
We also have the first humanoid robot prepares to climb Mount Everest.
Oh, really?
There's a new study that just confirmed the left's worst kept secret. The left's worst kept secret.
Good God, what could that be?
I wonder what it is. Also, it looks like Trump is trying to do a last second thing on Ukraine and Russia as Kushner and Witkoff fly off to Moscow. And he's going to be at the G7, I guess, in Paris or something like that. And so having all those world leaders from together, maybe you can finally get the Russians to cry uncle in some way, because it's only getting worse for them. And honestly, I have to admit where I was wrong, but I don't feel bad admitting it, 'cause so many people were wrong, just across the board,
About
the way this war would work out, one way or the other. In particular, the technological aspect. Maybe there was that one guy from day one says Ukraine will develop drone and AI technology that nobody's ever seen before. Perhaps there are some people that saw that. Maybe they were the people that built it.
I wrote an article about that.
Maybe you saw it early.
I saw what was happening was, I remember we talked, this is important, and I'm not tooting my horn, but I know that Cinco can tell you, and so can Colonel Holland. I was a proponent that this was a paradigm shift. We were going into a new paradigm shift because every 50 to 70 years, a new form of warfare evolves, and I saw the edges of it. I did not realize they could scale. The scalability of it is what's.
And did you see this as soon as the Russians invaded, though?
Well,
or did it take a second?
When the Russians, I called the Russian invasion. I had some people say, no way, they're not going to do it. They're right there. I said, they are. They're formed up in motorized rifle divisions or regiments. They did. When I saw it first was after the first year at Bakhmut. I said, this is a game changer. It's over. So I wasn't calling it out before. I'm just saying,
that's the thing, that the conventional knowledge has been going back and forth like crazy because, well, number one, I think the Russians thought we could do what they did essentially with Crimea. We could essentially scare the Ukrainians to give up power, send in 90,000 troops. And, it won't even be that long of a campaign. And then it became like, no, it is a long campaign. They're going to strike back. They have NATO, supplementation, training
and weapons, the javelins.
And let's just say foreign fighters as well who know how to organize things. And then so the Russians start pulling back. Then that enters the phase where the Russians do create a defensive wall that's impenetrable for the time being with even conventional tactics, or what were the latest tactics, and correct me if I'm wrong on any of this, then it's in this latest phase, say the last year, the development of using drones to break those defensive lines, destroy supply lines.
Ground lines of communication. That's the biggest thing, Joey. It's if you can knock out at 50 to 100 kilometer or 100 kilometers back, you then cut off these defenders. This wall cannot sustain itself, and that's what they've been doing. And they've been picking up. And if you've noticed, they started another program that, like the Israelis, before we ceased kinetic operations against Iran, they were hitting strategic petrochemical plants, steel plants. Ukraine got smart, and they never took the dirty route by killing civilians like the Russians do, but they started hitting these refineries. And apparently, Joey, I'm hearing that they've got a 50% reduction in all their fuel in this country, and there's lines going 3 miles back to get gas, and people are starting to get upset.
Yeah.
So,
and I just Elon shared today, and I kept on the whole video because they drop F-bombs all over the place, but they rightfully should be, because it's two guys essentially in a training scenario. Okay. Like they're essentially an unarmed drone, like what's being used in the war theater.
Right.
They're in like the scenario is they're in a friendly territory. They're in a friendly trench.
Okay.
One guy's got one anti-aircraft gun, like on shoulder gun, and the other guy's got a shotgun.
A man pad and a shotgun. Okay.
And like, okay, we're going to take out this tiny little drone as it comes to buzz us. And as they tried 3 times, right? Dead. We're effing dead. We're dead again. Like, just no way. And he said, I even hit it. You could hear the shotgun pellets hitting it, but it didn't do enough damage. Yeah. So they had these, the next round, they had these anti-drone guns that weren't radar or energy-based.
The microwave guns that'll fry.
No, it was a different type of round that was almost bigger that did take it out.
Well, they have the Skynet round, which is, it deploys like a net, like catches it. And
I'll have to pull it up maybe without the sound, because it's like, it was a huge barrel. It looked like a specialized almost shotgun or machine gun.
So Cinco, Colonel DeMeo, has been working on projects regarding this. He was up at a very secret test site up in North Dakota where they were doing some demonstrations and stuff. And the thing about it is this: commercial technology changes scale every month, every week. Federal takes years and decades to do. So it's imperative that we get our best practices and our best users together, and that's happening. But there is new developments right now, my understanding, on microwave and laser technology that they're using is starting to deploy.
You need it because with conventional weapons, you're dead. Like how small the thing is, how fast it can move and maneuver.
It's crazy.
Like you're dead. Like, if you don't have something like a new tech as countermeasures, again, you're dead.
NATO has conducted 3 training scenarios against Ukrainian drone operators, war games, and the Ukrainians were lighting them up.
Yeah, it's unreal where that's gone. So maybe with that technological breakthrough, the Russians realize, oh, crap. Now, what's going to happen is I'm sure there's going to be some give and take. Like, the Ukrainians aren't going to get back all of what was Ukraine, and
Crimea's been cut off completely.
Right.
I mean, they're going to have to give up Crimea.
Well, and I say that just from the point of view of look how many dead on both sides.
There's a lot more.
And you're not going to completely cry. That's when the pride and honor factor starts to set in.
Do you really think that Putin can survive this if he has to go to peace? I don't think he does. I think he's gone.
I don't pretend to know enough about the internal workings of that place. The question will always be, well, who would actually challenge him? Who could actually pull off and supplant him? Like, we'll see. I mean, it's always a risk that you put yourself out there, put the nation out there in this way, and now all of a sudden you're having to pull back and break a lot of promises, and so the glory never arrived.
There's a lot of paranoia with him. He's got like 4 body doubles, is what CIA is saying. So he's aware that he's less than popular.
So we'll see if the president and his team not only can get peace in the Middle East, but
peace in
between Europe and Russia. Because America is back, baby. For all the talk of like
swagger,
politics and war and runoff elections. By the way, Catherine Robertson at 12:30 here in a second.
Good.
John Wall at 1:30 here in a second.
Is he bringing his raccoon with him?
Yeah, what a weird ass.
It's a weird ass.
I don't know what the West
AI.
folks
That was
thinking.
AI right there.
I really don't like. I shook Wes's hand. I like Wes at that debate event.
That was strange.
He seems like very solid. That's what I was reminded of that debate. He's a solid, straight up dude. And then to see that weird AI like video. I'm like, what in the world are you?
That's weird.
What are you doing? But we've never had him on the show. They did reach out, so I'm always about being asked to the dance.
Sure.
Jay Mitchell will be on for about 5-10 minutes
Good.
at 2:00 to give his pitch to the voters. He's going up against Catherine Robertson for the AG position. And if anybody else in the campaign world wants to jump on today, tomorrow, you're more than welcome. Let's go to line 2. You're on there. Who's this?
Soldier Boy,
Hey, Soldier Boy, how you doing?
doing fine. Hey, Trump made him. Hey, Troy, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Good afternoon.
Okay. Good afternoon. I've done 2 tours, 18 months in the Green Zone in Baghdad and Taji. Okay. I think Mr. Trump made a very big mistake. Okay, because I have lived for almost 3 years with these tribal people, and trust me, they are lying still. They understand one thing, Troy, and you know what I'm talking about. They
Yeah, the
understand one
sword.
thing, and that's sport.
The sword. Yeah.
That's exactly right. And if you barter or negotiate, you show a sign of weakness. And I think he's done nothing. What he's trying to, here's my thing, Troy. What do you have a military and the Marine taught? I mean, I hate to say it, and I don't want to be ugly, but most Marines that I met when I was in the Green Zone, they're trained killers, okay? That's what they are. They know their weapon, and they know how to take care of it and take care of business.
Thought they were
okay?
nannies or
That's
something.
the stuff.
The crayon eaters.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because that's why I joined the Air Force. Hey, Troy, that's why I joined the Air Force. I'm a lover, not a fighter, baby, okay?
You like ice cream too, don't you?
I do. I like ice cream sandwiches.
I know you do. Well, let me say something. I hear what you're saying. Let's walk this dog for a minute, though, brother. So here's the deal. You and I both know what Takaya is. We know what the honor system is. That they don't honor us. They don't honor our word the same as we do. Here's what I think, Soldier Boy. There was we stopped that kinetic phase because we were burning through a lot of interceptors and a lot of things. We had to get some things figured out, which we have gotten figured out now. So here's what I'm thinking. He's going to give them that chance. And they're probably going to slip up, and Israel's going to be pushing on it. So let's just see before we pass judgment. It's nice to see the gas prices come down. We have not lost the war, but we have disrupted them, and I know this. The nuclear program has been mitigated to a large degree, and we got to keep an eye on that. So,
Troy, here's the thing: here's what I think is Mr. Trump is letting the politics and letting the media control him a little too much in the sense you don't go to war without casualties. Agree with me on
agree,
that,
brother. Listen, you've heard me spout this off. I told Joey, I said this. I said, listen, we don't have the stomach, we don't have the testicular fortitude, we don't have the moral turpitude to do what we got to do. It's a nasty business, and the sooner you bring it to an end, the better it is.
Well, and Soldier Boy, my only response to you is what Trump said. I hear a lot of chirping, and you need to just sit back, relax, and watch. It always works out. It always does. Yeah. I appreciate it, Soldier Boy. Thanks for the call, man. Let's go to Dick Brubaker. Hey, how are you doing?
Right.
Hey, can we switch gears just for a second?
Yeah.
Occasionally you watch a political campaign make one hell of a mistake.
Yeah.
And Jordan's attack on Barry Moore's Guard service, the way he's chosen to frame it, I mean, one of his campaign staffers talking about how guardsmen aren't real veterans.
That's bull.
I mean, this is Alabama. We had National Guard soldiers killed in the Desert War.
Amen, brother.
And, Barry Moore wanting a Green Beret. So what?
Yeah.
I mean, he's got an honorable discharge.
Yes, he does.
And that commercial about him wearing his combat boots was a little over the top. But, man, the way political rhetoric is these days, I don't like it, but he didn't make any direct claims that he was serving in combat.
No, he never claimed that at all. Yeah.
And so, his opponent is just alienating anybody who is a guardsman or a reservist.
Name it.
Acting like you're some sort of traitor because you volunteered to serve in the military, just not as a full-time active duty guy.
And then after that, he won't.
Making these decisions.
And I was about to say, add to that, he won't. He had the chance on this show, Friday and the Dale Jackson show. He won't say it himself, which makes me wonder who's running his show.
We know. Hey, Dick, you know what?
It was,
Dick, you know what you said there? It's important for people to understand. He did more. Barry did more than 90% of this country does, okay? So give the man his due justice, and that's the truth.
Well, and, you know, I was in the Guard, and I'm going to tell you, when I was in politics, and they asked people, you know, who are veterans to stand up. Now, I never did. And the reason was I was sitting next to all of these Guardsmen that I served with. I did my drill at Fort Taylor Hardin, 31st Support Battalion.
Yep.
They had been to Iraq twice, a lot of them. And I wasn't going to stand up and act like I had served like these guys had served.
Dick, listen, Dick, you need to get rid of that thinking. Listen, I'm telling you, I'm going to chastise you. You are a veteran, brother. You are a veteran. You served, okay? Don't ever take that. Admiral Davis would give you a wet willy for that one. You're a warrior, brother. Don't ever.
Boy, that's disgusting.
I know he would. He gets so perturbed about that. He goes, Troy, what's going on? Listen, you served. Please don't cheapen that. Don't cheapen that, because you're speaking from that perspective and a citizen's perspective. That's important for us to hear.
Well, and, you know, my son is active duty with the 75th Ranger Regiment.
Oh, shoot. Hey, what battalion?
3rd Battalion in Fort Benning.
I was 2nd Battalion in Fort Lewis. God bless him. Rangers lead the way.
Well, Louis Fonte, man.
Who?
That's a great group of guys. I tell you, I can see why he's still in the Army. He loves it.
They are. God bless.
Well, anyway, thanks for taking the call. I just wanted to say to Mr. Jordan, whatever you're paying your campaign manager, you're paying him way too much.
Well, appreciate it, Dick.
Thank you,
As
Dick.
always, great hearing from you.
Good stuff from Brubaker.
We're running out of time here in a second. I got to have time to talk to Catherine Robertson, who's calling in.
All right, good.
So how about this? I'm going to hit a break. We'll be right back
Sounds
after
good.
this.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings, 6 till 9, and afternoons, 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM, WACV.
Paid for by McGinnis for Alabama, 203 Investment Lane, Summerdale, Alabama, 36580.
Hillary, I'm really feeling my pain. I sure could use a 5-point plan right now.
I'm Christina Warner McKinnis, and we all need the 5-point plan for Alabama farms and families. Better food security. They should be able to buy Alabama rotisserie chicken with SNAP benefits, not margarita mix. Guide more farmers to the millions of dollars in grants they deserve. Protect our farmland from China and promote sweet-grown Alabama for tourism. We need more Alabama food on the plates of our schools and home. It's time to tell the politicians in Montgomery, same old is not working for us.
Christina Warner McKinnis for Agriculture.
I haven't asked the big guy yet, but I have a feeling he'll like the plan.
This 5-point plan is huge, very special. And believe me, I know the 5-point plan. And all the other 5-point plans are horrible, probably made in China.
Yes?
Yeah, I'm Bill. You called about some breaker stripping?
Oh, yes, Bill. My brother-in-law says you can do almost anything.
That's me. Not much I hadn't seen.
Do you really want someone who does almost anything in your electric box? Think about that. Because each year, thousands of home fires are caused by faulty wiring. That's why you want a professional, like the electricians at Crosby Electric.
Bill, how's it going? Bill, ooh, are you okay?
Oh, yeah, well, I didn't really need my eyebrows anyway.
At Crosby Electric, all technicians undergo rigorous safety training, as well as background checks, drug testing, and continuing education.
Bill, you think maybe I should call a real electrician?
No, these little slip-ups happen. Everybody does it.
Really?
No, not really. When you need professional electric work, or you just like someone to assess your home for safety, call the experts at Crosby Electric, 272-2085, or visit us at crosbyelectric.com.
Tired of spending your weekends fighting weeds, patchy grass, and a mower that never starts? Mosley Lawn Pros is the solution. They handle residential and commercial lawn maintenance, landscaping, cleanups, and property care, so you don't have to. They show up on time, do the job right, and leave your lawn looking sharp every time. Stop stressing over your yard and start loving it. When it comes to your lawn, call the crew your neighbors and local businesses trust. One call, one crew, problem solved. Mosley Lawn Pros, built on hard work, driven by quality. Find them today on Facebook or Google.
Hi, this is Bo Goodson from the Goodson Group with your Real Estate Minute. 5 reasons to get a home inspection before you close on a home. Homeowners buying their first home or their 10th home still need a home inspection performed. First, you will find out firsthand the true condition of the home, the age and state of the heating and air, the roof, electrical, and plumbing as of the date of inspection. Second, it may give you the ability to renegotiate repairs that the seller will end up paying for before closing. Third, if the results show that the repairs would be too costly, then you can opt out of the contract without losing your earnest money. Fourth, the age and state of the systems will indicate what shape the rest of the house might be in and give you the option to opt out of the transaction or renegotiate terms. Fifth, knowing what needs to be done to the house will allow you the opportunity to update the home properly to your taste. For a list of the best home inspectors in the area, call Bo Goodson at the Goodson Group at 334-221-2883 or 551-0225. The Goodson Group.
Are you dealing with a faulty septic system, slow drains, foul odors, or backups? Or do you need specialized portable solutions like special event toilets, restroom trailers, construction toilets, hand wash stations, or holding tanks? Kess Environmental Services has you covered. For over 20 years, this family-owned business has served the River region with trusted septic repair and portable restroom rentals. Fully licensed and insured, Kess offers superior service at an affordable price. For a free estimate, visit KessEnvironmental.com or find them on Facebook. Kess Environmental Services. Trusted service you can count on every time.
The Rich Thomas Weather Network, brought to you by Montgomery Paint and Body. From little fender benders to total body repair, MPB will fix it good as new, maybe better. For 4 decades, the Turner family has been getting you back on the road. Call 279-7325.
We've got the potential for some locally significant rainfall totals over the next few days. Today, periods of showers and thunderstorms becoming likely, especially by this afternoon, this evening, tonight, on Tuesday as well, with locally tropical downpours in spots. High today, 85. Low tonight, 70. Tuesday's high may not reach 80, held down by clouds and showers. And even on Wednesday, with partly sunny skies, showers and thunderstorms are likely again. Be flexible, carry the rain gear, and our weather app will keep you on top of the action. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
The premier place the River region turns to for news, weather, traffic, and opinion. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
I wanna fly where the stars hide, where the moonlight rides, where the night gives way to day.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. I'm your host, Joey Clark. Troy Carrico here in the studio. I was writing songs over the weekend. With AI, you can make them appear real quick all of a sudden.
You don't have to tell us it's AI. Let's just, it's a Joey.
Well, the words are
it's the Joey Clark
The
band.
chords are mine.
It's a Joey Clark band.
Yeah, I wish I could play like that. Let's go to, Catherine Robertson.
All
Of
right.
course, she's candidate to be the next Attorney General of the great state of Alabama. Catherine, how are you?
What's up, fellas? Glad to be with y'all.
Hello.
Glad to have you on. And, I'm supposed to be impartial and stuff, but I think this is an impartial opinion. You were a rock star at the debate.
Man, she was.
Thank you. It was fun.
Yeah.
It was fun, she says. It was fun.
very good. Even when they cut your mic off, I'm like, she's not stopping.
My wife said, she goes, who is she? I said, that's the lady we had on for AG. So she goes, oh, she's sharp. I said, yeah, she is.
Thank you. I really enjoyed the opportunity to do that. There has not been enough of that, and it was, I hope it was informative for the voters.
Absolutely. Now, I was thinking, because we've talked so many times when I've enjoyed it, but we're one day away. Tomorrow's voting day, election day. Would you just like to give your final pitch to the listeners here in the River region?
Absolutely. It has been a pleasure to traverse all 67 counties of our state over the last year. I started this as a person who had never run for office, just a staffer in the AG's office who had been behind the scenes, but who really knows the job. And I believe I know how to deliver for the people of Alabama. I think I've proved my mettle over 10 years at the AG's office, and I've just been out offering my service and my experience to the folks. It's been a very rewarding experience, win or lose, but I would humbly ask for your vote tomorrow on June 16th in the runoff.
Yeah, folks, get out there and I don't know, like in particular, I want you to win so you can come back on the show and we can talk about how Montgomery needs a new mayor.
That's right.
That's going to be in my first 100-day plan, Joey.
Amen. Amen. Well, I real quick hit today. I just wanted to give you that last word with the audience there, and best of luck tomorrow.
Thank you so much, guys. Y'all have a good one, and hopefully we'll talk to you on the other side.
Okay, AG. We'll
Thank
see you.
Again, folks, Catherine Robertson. Yeah, always appreciate
She's sharp. Yep.
her time. Let's go to Raconteur. Hey, Raconteur, how are you?
Hey, good day, gentlemen. I have a hypothetical for you, Joey.
Mm-hmm.
Say you're growing up small town USA. You've got a friend that you make, a childhood friend. You've been friends for years and years. Your life's going pretty well. You've got, as a girlfriend, you've got the girl everybody wants.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody wants this girl, but she's yours. Then you find out that your friend kind of cheated with your girlfriend behind your back.
Mm.
So you overlook it, you forgive it, you kind of go on, and you're still friends pretty much. Then you find out another dude is trying to take your girlfriend. So your friend jumps on the other guy, and you're like, well, okay, well, let me help him because trying to take my girl. Then you find out that your friend's still trying to take your girl behind your back.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the jerk in the situation, and who's the victim?
I think you're the jerk at that point. You should have cut it off from the get-go with the girl and the friend.
Okay. Well, in this hypothetical, let's replace friend with the United States. I mean, you were the United States, friend with Israel, girl with a nuclear weapon, and Iran is the bad dude.
Okay. No, that makes sense. It makes sense. It's just, like I can't stand cheating, man. I'm still stuck on your metaphor. I'm sorry. I'm not even going to the geopolitics.
We lost him.
So, I mean, there's the old saying, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Well, maybe not. Maybe he's just another bad guy, but not as bad.
Yeah.
I think you hit it. I think you hit it on the nail head. It's what Sun Tzu says, right? He says there's useful idiots in the world, and sometimes you wonder. I'm with you. We have to be very careful in the geopolitical realm. But I will say this: the Abraham Accords are still sticking,
yes,
and that's what's important right now because the Gulf Arab countries are still aligned with this triumvirate, if you will.
It seems this is exactly what Trump's going for with the Abraham Accords, is to create a new, essentially, balance of power. Where Israel's going to get a lot of what they want, the Gulf Arabs are going to get a lot of what they want, but it's not going to be the whole hog.
Everybody. Yeah.
That's probably the wrong word in that region, whole hog.
Whole hog. That's good.
Right. But yeah, completely agree. And the Abraham Accords are a good thing, but at the same time, friends don't spy on friends. So you watch from arm's length.
Yeah. Well,
good point.
I think very good point. I'm starting to understand the analogy better, but it's also in geopolitics, people spy and cheat all the time.
Man. This is Machiavelli 101, man.
Do you think anybody can keep a girlfriend working for the agency? Those don't survive.
No.
Anyway, appreciate it, Raconteur.
For honeypots, anyhow.
Go to Naj Papa. Hey, how you doing?
Hey, thank you guys for taking my call. Hey, Troy. Hey,
sir.
Hey, Joey. Hey, I like the headline.
Thanks, man. America's back, baby.
Hey, I know you got a lot of things lined up. I'll keep it brief, and if there's time at the end, I'll ask. I've got a couple more comments. But politically, so I'm tired of all the ads too. And I listened last week when Jared Hudson called in, and let me begin by saying I've read too many books and their training not to start with saying I have a great deal of respect for any Navy SEAL that makes it that far. So I respect him, and I was really thinking a change of guard might be good, and someone with his background I would welcome, but his comments on your show left me disappointed. You've already talked about them, but if you would go so far as to say, maybe he's isolated some of his guardsmen brothers and others, but do you think he would be the guy for the job? In your opinion, if you want to go that far.
Do I think Jared Hudson would be the right guy to be the next junior senator?
Yeah, over Barry Moore.
No, I don't. And honestly, it has very little to do with this last dust up, because I see that as a symptom of a deeper thing. And I'm only thinking of this in terms of hardball politics. Let me put it this way. The machine in the state that has helped get elected a lot of folks, including our senior senator, but helped in many other folks. You know, it doesn't always fit neatly between so-called conservative and establishment. But that same machine seems to be backing Jared, and I think it's unhealthy for the state that they get everything they want. But, you know, it's their right to try for it. But it's sort of this last tactic comes across as right out of their playbook. So I voted for Barry in the primary, and I told Jared as much last time.
Okay, I appreciate that. And let me just, if you got just a moment, I want to say thank you so much for encouraging me to check out the Hillsdale online courses, Victor Davis Hansen's course on World War II. I listened to all that. And this morning I was actually listening to a podcast by Larry Arnn and someone about Winston Churchill's book, Their Finest Hour. And the point that one of the points they were making was on Calais, a French city, that the British were told to hold, basically, even though they figured they're going to lose and lose a lot of men. And Churchill was so sick at a meal that he couldn't eat because he was going to have to give that command to his men. But he did it, and they held it. And Larry Arnn said he wouldn't be here if those men hadn't held Calais, because it delayed the Germans 3 days and saved a lot of people at Dunkirk, including his father-in-law. So that was just an interesting aside. And thank you. Thank you for your show. Thank you for having these political folks on to share their vision, their hope, their ideas. God bless you. Thank you, guys.
God bless you, brother. Thank you, sir. Let's go to Donna. Hey, Donna. How you doing?
Hey, how are you doing?
Good.
That's my mom.
Good. Oh, Troy, how'd you figure that out?
Well, I know your voice.
Oh, I was going to say this is Donna, also known as Mom, but I just thought I would surprise you today, Troy, and call in.
Thank you,
and
Mom.
Yeah, but I really wanted to just tell Joey how much I love his impersonation of Trump. You're so good. I have to stop and think every time I hear that. I think he is so good at that.
Say something to her.
Well, Donna, you're the one who's so good. I mean, Troy's told me so much about you. I mean, look at this guy. You're not only a lovely mother, you're just a lovely woman inside, outside. You're just lovely, beautiful.
Oh, my gosh. Well, I don't know what Troy said, but we're pretty proud of
All
him.
good things, right, Joey? All good things.
All good things.
Yeah.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. But just enjoy your guys' show. You do a really good job. I never thought I'd be that interested in it, but I listen every time.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Donna. I really appreciate that.
So keep up that impersonation of Trump, because you're a winner on that.
Winner.
You're the winner.
See you, Mom.
Thank you, guys.
Bye. I love you.
Bye.
Oh, man. Your mom called.
She listens. Listen, she listens religiously. She goes, when are you going to be on next? I said, Mondays and Fridays typically, but sometimes I'll backfill something. And she goes, well, I listen all the time. I said, well, good. You got a
That's
listener.
awesome.
Down in Florida. You got a listener in Port St. Joe, Florida.
Let's go to Wetumpka Jeff. Hey, Wetumpka Jeff, how you doing?
Hey, y'all talking about the National Guard a while ago. I served 6 years in the Guard. When I tried to go to the VA to see a doctor, they told me I couldn't use VA because I had not served in any wars.
That is completely false, and that is malicious. And if you did any active duty training, which you had to when you joined the Guard to go to basic training and AIT, you earned the right. So whoever told you that, whenever that was told to you, is absolutely full of bovine excrement, and you are entitled. I would urge you to go back, do a CMP exam. And let them judge your merits. But I know if you were in the Guard for 6 years, you earned it. So,
I was in the Guard for 6 years. And what people don't realize is the National Guard is the descendant of the original Minutemen.
That's right, brother. The Continental Army. That's right. That's absolutely right. And
These people who down the guard call us,
No.
well, we are weekend warriors. There's nothing wrong with that.
I started in the Guard, brother, and I was a Ranger. So you can imagine I was an infantryman in the National Guard, Indiana Army National Guard. But let me say something else. What people don't know, Joey, is that almost over half of our combat forces are National Guardsmen and reservists when the war rolls up. You call them up, and that's the thing. So, yeah, I'm with you, brother. Thank you for your service. And go back to the
I was
VA.
supply clerk.
Guess what? The supply room's the most important room in any unit.
Well, when I went in, they put me in 11 Charlie.
That's a mortarman. That's a mortarman.
And I was at Fort Knox, Kentucky.
Yep.
And let me tell you, Fort Knox, that mountain, the mountains they got back there,
Yep.
they got agony, misery, and heart.
I've been there. They do.
And we would run down. I don't remember which one it was. We ran down. Our barracks was like backed up right to the road.
Yep.
And we would run down that hill, but we had to walk coming back up.
Oh yeah, that's why it's heartbreak, misery, and agony.
Yeah. We went over to the rifle range one time, and everybody had to get out of the 2.5 so the truck could make it up the mountain.
Well, I urge you to go back. Listen, I'm serious. I urge you to go back, and at the very least, if you'll get 10% for tinnitus, that's a given. So I would go back and tell them, hey, I served, and I want to talk to the intake officer. It's called an intake officer at Perry Hill. There at the regional office, right by the hospital. Go back there and see what you can do. Let me know.
Okay, I'll do that.
I promise you, you are entitled to something.
All right, well, I'll check it out, then.
Call me back if you have any problems.
All right, appreciate it. Thank you.
This part of the program brought to you by Pest Pro Services and their Pest Pro Ashley. And that great team are ready to help you out with any and all of your pest control needs. They really are a great option because, number one, they're a new company, started up in 2020. And you know how good a company is when they go from like 2-3 people to now dozens working for
During
them?
the COVID, man. I mean, they blew up. Yeah.
And like you see their trucks now serving all over the river region, the Pest Pro, big wrap on these beautiful trucks.
Yeah, they're cool.
And so that just shows how good they are. But they're great local folks. Ashley's got a heart for a lot of great local causes. So you know you're spending your money with the right types of people. And of course, they have this monthly subscription model if you want to control costs for your pest control over the year. And that way you can essentially have it on a regular basis without even really having to think about it. They'll call you, say we're stopping by, but you can have that regular treatment, making sure, and often they don't even have to go inside. They can just spray around the house. But maybe you're more wanting something specific like
wasp.
Eddie. If you're Eddie Bader. We'll talk about that more tomorrow. I think my wasp curse is
displaced.
Yeah. The wasp curse is gone on to Eddie.
Oh my goodness.
And by the way, I apologize to Pest Pro and Ashley because I'm a little distracted by all these campaign ads that are going on there. I'm like, you know, I just said what I said about the Jared Hudson Barry Moore race, but then I see this attack ad on Jared Hudson. I'm like, what do they do? Like, and I just saw this attack ad on John Wall and then a pro Wall, and it's what a mess.
It's hammered. Yeah.
But maybe you're also worried about mosquitoes right now. It's crazy, and Pest Pro can help you with that as well. Come out when the season is right, when they are, well, like right now. Get rid of those mosquitoes. So check out Pest Pro Services today. You can always learn more at ppsriverregion.com or search Pest Pro Services on the Book of Faces or call them at 265-9990. That's 265-9990. When you want to know, call a pro. That's Pest Pro Services. And be sure to tell them that Joey, that fella on the radio, sent you. Now, we only got a second here.
What do we got?
So it's time to go to another missive from Nobunaga.
Oh, yeah.
This one, by the way, got real popular. 2.5 million views.
Man.
Big deal. A lot of folks are liking Nobunaga.
Yep.
USA. A breakfast counter. The waitress recommended the biscuits and gravy, and when the plate arrived, I thought something had gone wrong in the kitchen. I say this with shame. The dish looked like a construction site after rain. Pale mounds, gray ladle fall, speckles I could not identify. In my land, the eye eats first. A meal is arranged like a garden. This meal was arranged like weather. Is it finished? I asked carefully. Honey, that's what it looks like. The man beside me was already eating his. He did not look up. Just try it. I'm a man who has charged hillsides at dawn. I raised the fork. I tried it. I must now formally apologize to the biscuits, the gravy, the waitress, the kitchen, and the entire breakfast tradition of the American South. It was magnificent, warm, peppered. The biscuit drank the gravy the way a field drinks rain. That is why it is shaped like that, you fool. And every mound I had insulted was a soft fold of comfort that my homeland in 800 years never once thought to invent. Well, the waitress asked. I judged it, I confessed. But by its appearance, I am ashamed. Everybody does, hon. Everybody does. A national dish that forgives you for doubting it. It expects the doubt. It waits for you on the other side of it. Do not judge the gravy by its face. Judge yourself for hesitating. I order it every Saturday now. I no longer see the construction site. I see only the garden. It was a garden the whole time. The eye must be trained. Nobunaga, folks.
He's so good.
And of course, it's not just Japanese folks running around the United States with the World Cup.
Yeah.
Brits,
Yeah, the
Frenchmen, all sorts of stuff going on there. So how about this? This is a short clip. This is a Brit.
With a Coors hat on.
Yeah, and he's like, so many of these folks going full America. I'm like,
That's
I did that in my 20s. You know.
Yeah. He's got the flannel on, everything.
But
man.
this is him just trying biscuits and gravy. So let's listen in.
Let's get a big chunk of this.
Going down. He just put his fork down and pushed back.
Is it bomb? Oh. This is so good. This is why everyone kept telling me to have it. Dang.
He's at a, you notice where he's at, don't you? That's a Cracker Barrel.
Yeah,
You see all the
Cracker
stuff
Barrel.
on it? That's
Mhm.
great.
Oh, and that same guy's trying pancakes
Is
over.
he?
Also, Freddie, the German guy.
Oh, yeah.
He's just gotten bigger and bigger and bigger. Where J.J. Watt paid for the room in the nicest hotel in Houston when he stopped by, and I think somebody's trying to get him a meeting at the White House. Like, it just turned into him posted, and now he's being
Isn't it
treated
funny?
like-
Isn't it funny, this phenomenon of having the World Cup here and with social media, how we've gotten good press from it. So
it's amazing. But we have more coming up. In particular, the most excited Japanese man you've ever heard.
Excited.
Another Scottish guy being asked, well, what's your favorite thing about America? And a Frenchman, of all folks, who loves America.
He loves it.
Anyway, we'll be right back after this.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
Hi, I'm Carl Schmidt, naturopath and owner of the Herb Shop Wellness Center at 8161 Vaughan Road. You know, with over 30 years experience in natural wellness, I've seen countless health fads come and go. A few years ago, we added a patented technology that actually activates your stem cells. It reverses the aging process at the cellular level. However, you do need proper hydration and targeted nutrition. At the Herb Shop, our advanced scanning and testing technology allows us to accurately assess your nutritional needs and get a customized plan for you. Come in today and see what the Herb Shop can do for you.
For too long, Alabama's statewide news companies have shamed us for our conservative Christian values. Alabama deserves a news company that cherishes our culture, a company that isn't bought and paid for by the powers that be. 1819 News is that company. Run by Alabamians for Alabamians, 1819 News celebrates what is good and beautiful about our state, while exposing those who work against our values in secret. Just go to 1819news.com to learn more. Subscribe to our newsletter. That's 1819news.com.
I'm Bradley Earl-Ekdahl, and I'm asking for your vote June 16th for Circuit Judge Place 5, Autauga, Chilton, and Elmore counties. I'm a 20-year veteran of the trial courtrooms of Alabama. I've served you as an assistant district attorney, I've served you as the municipal prosecutor for the city of Prattville, and I've continued to serve you as the municipal judge of Millbrook. I've defended the most difficult and serious cases before judge and jury. I've been serving this community for 20 years. Vote Bradley Earl-Ekdahl, June 16th.
Paid for by the committee to elect Bradley Earl-Ekdahl, 131 Hunts Alley, Prattville, Alabama, 36067.
Accurate, immediate, carrying your voice across the river region. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. Now, Let's go to the phones and talk to Austin Baranko with Invista Advisors. Hey, Austin, how you doing?
Oh, Joey, it's a great Monday. Great Monday to be an American in general, but it is a great Monday all the way around.
Yeah, I keep saying it too much. America's back, baby. But it does feel that way on many fronts, and you're seeing it on the market side.
Yeah, the market front, but I also want to highlight soccer, my favorite sport. United States took care of business against Paraguay, which was, we're all holding our breath, waiting to see how Pochettino and the new team are going to look, and we look pretty good out the gate. So let's hold that momentum. But yeah, markets are looking great. I mean, just a few high points. S&P up over 1%, nearing record highs. European and Asian markets also surging because oil prices dropped. We're down 4 to 5% across the board on most of the major oil names, and when those come down, markets get to humming again. You're seeing bond yields and rates come down as well, which is, a good sign that the inflation scare is going away. Now, keep in mind, a market is a leading indicator of inflation, so you may still continue to feel inflation for a little while, especially at the pumps and stuff, but eventually, if this peace deal that has been, negotiated and somewhat agreed to, at least that's how it appears in the news, holds steady, then the inflation scare begins to weaken. The economy, the market economy, that is, continues to go up, and we get some type of normalization, which is exactly what we want and need.
Well, here. And real quick, let's tell folks about Invista Advisors.
Yeah, so Invista Advisors is a registered investment advisory. We're over here off of On Road, and we handle all your financial needs, whether it be planning for retirement or putting kids through college or taking care of a parent late in life or buying or selling a business, you name it. If there is a financial situation you find yourself in over your head on and you want a professional to analyze the situation and build you a plan, that's really what we specialize in, is planning. We've got a team of planners. We've got a team of accountants. You come through our doors, and we're going to sit down and take a look at your specific situation and find a way that's suitable to move forward.
Folks, just give them a call direct, 387-0094, and be sure to say you heard Austin Baranko on the radio with Joey Clark. You think the United States is going to go all the way in the World Cup?
I'm a big believer, and that is kind of the U.S.'s motto, is I believe. So I'll go ahead and say it. You heard it here first. I believe the U.S. will win it all.
Here, heard it here first.
They look good.
Well, I appreciate it, Austin, and we'll talk again a little later in the week.
All right. Thanks, Joey. See ya.
Thanks, man. Again, that's Austin Baranko with Invista Advisors.
The opinions voiced in this material are for general information only and are not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individual. All performance referenced is historical and is no guarantee of future results. All indices are unmanaged and may not be invested into directly. The opinions expressed in this material do not necessarily reflect the views of LPL Financial. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC. Investment advice is offered through Invista Advisors, registered investment advisor and separate entity from LPL Financial.
Now, I think somebody might have found the most excited man in the United States from Japan. This short clip here, let's watch this real quick.
Nice to meet you.
Okay, how you feeling?
My name is...
Okay.
Yeah, my name is Hirochika Nakakuki.
Oh, wow.
It's live?
Okay.
It's
yes,
live?
Yes, it's live.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
excited are you?
Yeah.
You were so excited, right? Japan, right?
Excuse me.
Okay.
I cannot speak English, but I'm excited!
Yeah, baby! Let's go!
Japan!
Japan, baby! Look.
Do you think he's being real, or do you think he's?
No, I think
he's just learned some phrases.
And
My name is.
And he turns around, he's like, read my jersey and all this stuff.
I love it.
Yeah. Anyway,
I love it.
America's back, baby. And it took some folks from all around the world to remind us how awesome we are. Anyway, Alan Mendenhall coming up.
Yeah.
After the top of the hour break.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
With SRN News, I'm Bob Agnew in Washington. President Trump is in France today talking about a new deal to end the war with Iran. It should be signed by the end of the week, according to Pakistani mediators. The UN, U.S. and Iran, I should say, have reached that initial agreement, and the president says it's going to get the oil flowing quickly. The tentative agreement to end the war and open up the Strait of Hormuz would be good news for the global economy, but the oil won't simply start flowing immediately. Analysts say it's going to take a little while for the system overall to get back up and running. World leaders are gathering in a French spa town for that Group of Seven summit that follows the president's announcement of an agreement to end the U.S. conflict with Iran. The president arrived today for talks with G7 leaders, including the French president. On Wall Street right now, the Dow Jones Industrial Average is up by 731 points. The Nasdaq up by 790. This is SRN News.
Did you really think Pure Talk was just going to sit back and watch America turn 250 years old without doing something awesome to celebrate? Of course not. That's why they're raising $250,000 for America's Warrior Partnership by the end of July. America's Warrior Partnership is on the front line of preventing veteran suicide. They've had extraordinary success, and here's how you can help. When you switch your cell phone service to Pure Talk this month, you'll be invited to round up to support America's Warrior Partnership. No pressure, but if you do, Pure Talk will match your donation dollar for dollar. And to further celebrate 250 years of our extraordinary democratic republic, Pure Talk is offering unlimited talk, text, and data for just $34.99 a month. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe. That's pound 250, say Mike Rowe. And happy birthday to us.
Rich Thomas Weather is brought to you by Victoryland.
Victoryland Casinos, crowning $25K free play giveaway. The more you visit, the more chances you have to win. Victoryland Casino, where you can be a winner too. We've got the potential for some locally significant rainfall totals over the next few days. Today, periods of showers and thunderstorms becoming likely, especially by this afternoon, this evening, tonight, on Tuesday as well, with locally tropical downpours in spots. High today, 85. Low tonight, 70. Tuesday's high may not reach 80, held down by clouds and showers. And even on Wednesday, with partly sunny skies, showers and thunderstorms are likely again. Be flexible, carry the rain gear, and our weather app will keep you on top of the action. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
When the heat hits to the river region, don't wait. If your AC quits, Hands Heating and Air offers same-day service, or your diagnostic charge is free with their Comfort a Day or You Don't Pay guarantee, plus 24/7 service with no overtime charges.
From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, these are today's top stories. Tommy Tuberville will remain on the ballot for Alabama's governor election later this year. The Alabama Republican Committee conducted a hearing Sunday regarding Tuberville's eligibility to run for governor. The committee ruled Tommy Tuberville meets Alabama's constitutional 7-year residency requirement. A Prattville man was killed in a weekend crash in Macon County. 63-year-old Michael Vaughn was driving a pickup truck that left the road and hit an embankment. Vaughn was not using a seatbelt at the time and was pronounced dead at the scene. The accident happened late Friday night on Highway 120, about 6 miles west of Notasulga. Troy kept their amazing baseball season alive Sunday, defeating Ole Miss in the Men's College World Series. The Trojans rallied late for their first ever College World Series win. Troy now evens their record at 1 win and a loss in the double elimination tournament. The Trojans will take on West Virginia Tuesday in another must-win elimination game. From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, I'm Sky Mosley.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368. An equal housing lender.
A legacy of leadership, a commitment to justice. My name is Carol Cook Carter, and I am running for the 19th Circuit Judge, Place 5. I bring 26 years of legal experience and served as child support referee in Chilton County to ensure our children's financial needs were met. I believe every party should be heard, held responsible, and helped. As your circuit judge, I will make decisions that are fair, impartial, and just. On June 16th, vote Carol Cook Carter for 19th Circuit Judge, Place 5.
Paid for by the committee to elect Carol Cook Carter.
Get ready, Central Alabama, the biggest watermelon festival yet is happening Saturday, June 27th at Sweet Creek Farm Market. They're celebrating America's 250th birthday and all things watermelon with free admission, over 100 arts and crafts vendors, a watermelon eating contest, entertainment for the kids, food trucks, and family fun around every corner. It's Sweet Creek Farm Market's biggest arts and crafts festival ever, and admission is free. Saturday, June 27th, 10 to 4 on Highway 231 and Pike Road. Come hungry, bring the family, and celebrate summer at Sweet Creek Farm Market's Watermelon Festival.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. It's time for Montgomery's conversational radio show. It's news and views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
How do you conduct yourself in a democracy?
There are those that think I'm a very stable genius.
I wanna see where men believe, where the soul receives, where the heart of hearts resides. I wanna see where the flame gleams, where the spirit dreams, where creation's theme on life. Don't you wanna go?
Welcome back. I'm your host, Joey Clark. Troy Carrico in the studio with me.
Don't you wanna go?
And it's one of those Mondays, folks, because at 1 o'clock, a little after, we always talk to Alan Mendenhall with the
Yay.
Heritage Foundation. Of course, he's a columnist there at 1819 News as well. Alan, how are you, sir?
I'm great, guys. How are you? It actually occurred to me this week. I was sitting in DC, I guess last week, and I thought, wait, are they in the same room? Y'all aren't in the same room, are you?
No, we're in the same room.
Oh, you
Sometimes they put me in timeout. I have to go sit in the
Okay.
closet, in the broom closet sometimes. But
Yeah, psychologically, we're not always in the same room, but like, yeah, we're in the same room.
aren't. It occurred to me because you have different backgrounds that like you might be in entirely different cities. But no,
see, that's what we were shooting for. We got that.
okay. All right.
But I keep saying it, Alan, America's back, baby. There's something about these last few days, Friday into the weekend with the peace treaty, seeing all these Europeans and others like Japanese folks for the World Cup, like having a blast in our country, discovering like Southern cuisine and the beauty of the South in particular. And then you just see this UFC event, and you were able to give me another angle on this. You went to the congressional baseball game?
That's all.
Yeah. So, I spend a lot of time up in DC because that's where my office is. And a big group of us went to the congressional baseball game last
That's
Wednesday.
awesome.
It was awesome. It was so fun. And I had no material to write about last week. And so I realized on Wednesday that my deadline was Friday and I needed to come up with something. And I said, well, I'm going to the congressional baseball game tonight, so I may as well take enough notes to write about that.
Yeah.
I recall I took a creative writing class with an author named Michael Blumenthal, and at one point he had directed the creative writing program at Harvard, but he had us read in that class this John Updike 1960 essay about Ted Williams. And going into the game, I thought, well, I'm going to sort of spoof that essay. And for people that know the reference, they'll catch the allusions or whatever. Well, then I got to the game and I realized, oh, none of these guys are Ted Williams out here.
No, not at all.
Work. These guys aren't good enough for me to do a Ted Williams essay. So I got to do my own thing here. And fortunately, the crowd and the atmosphere and the patriotism on one side of the field, at least, were enough to give me the material I needed to come up with a piece for last week.
Yeah, and I have to say, I saw the one highlight. Was it Senator Eric Schmidt who just went all out?
Did he?
Oh, no. Did it freeze?
Yeah, it was Eric Schmidt.
Yeah, Eric Schmidt went all out and, like, I mean, I think face planted, but still caught the ball. And, like, it was just kind of a great moment. Can you hear us, Alan?
I think we're having.
Hey, can y'all hear me? I don't know
Yeah.
what's going on here. This happened last week too, but it was actually Schmidt.
Mhm.
And he laid out for one, and it was funny. I saw him the next day on Fox with the big old strawberry on his nose from the
Good.
blood, and that was quite an impressive catch. I know that the editors embedded the Twitter video footage of the catch right in there. So that was an awesome moment. He's like 6'something, like 6'5" or some kind of really tall. But for the most part, I was unimpressed by the baseball. But in the fourth inning, the Republicans just went gangbusters. I mean, it was just a little ridiculous. I thought they might have to pull the mercy rule, that the inning was just going to keep on going.
So, hey, so for our listeners that don't know what they're talking about, in 1909, John Turner was a representative from Pennsylvania, former Major League Baseball player who organized this, and it's been going on ever since, right?
Yeah, it has. And, I didn't pay any attention to it until 2017 when a gunman opened fire on the Republicans there. And that's when Steve Scalise got he almost died. I remember watching live and Trump giving updates. Is he going to make it? Is he going to be okay?
It's terrible.
And sure enough, he led off the game. He struck out, but with a lot of help from the ump. The umpire, as I put it in the essay, had some pretty flexible jurisprudence. We'll put it that way.
Must have been left wing.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, the strike zone certainly was. It was living constitutionalism of a strike zone.
No.
Sure. But
the Republicans have won 6 years in a row now.
6 years in a row, and it didn't take a lot of observation to figure out why. And I would love to say it's because the Republicans were just that much better at athleticism in baseball, which is true. They were that much better, but it's just that the Democrats are so bad. They're so bad. It's like the worst. It's just, I can't even believe they take the field and do that to themselves, but they do.
Well, and then the week before, I really loved your essay. I read it on air about AOC coming down here to scold Alabama like it's the 1960s or something. And I thought it was just a brilliant analysis on your part, and to revisit that a little bit. It's almost like she is echoing the old populist Southern socialist sort of model.
It is. What's so ironic is she is trying to take the South backwards while claiming to want to take it forwards. I mean, if you look at Reconstruction and then early 20th century, let's say, up until I'd say New Deal, we'll just say all the way to the 1930s, there was a lot of populism. You had all these figures who were advocating for government regulation of powerful corporations and railroad controls and public oversight of monopolies, progressive taxation, any kind of government intervention imaginable to farmers. And basically any form of capitalism was decried. And the South stagnated during that period. It really wasn't until the South embraced markets that it began to come out of that poverty. And now, since the 2000s, when the red states, which are predominantly the southern states, have really embraced markets, we have shot past the blue states in almost every metric. Now, California and New York and states like that, they still have a greater GDP just because they've got more people, they've got more stronger, like a bigger population, and they're sort of, they're sort of riding the wave that they had from decades ago, just in terms of sheer numbers. But that's where all the out-migration is occurring, and all the growth is occurring in the southern states because people want to come down here where the taxes are lower, where there's more opportunity, where the weather is better. I really think our future is going to be so bright, in particular compared to these blue states, which, their universities can't even populate a class. They're all running deficits. People are leaving places like New York and California, and they're coming to friendlier places. I mean, just look at what Exxon just did. It's just left New Jersey to go down to Texas, and it joins a number of firms that have done the same thing.
Yeah, and it's great to see too, like being reminded, it plays into it where AOC thinks that Alabama's going to be the same moral stage where she can, people make careers on this of lecturing the South, and yet at the same time, after we see that charade, you see like this guy named Freddie on X, who's a German who shows up to Auburn for the World Cup. Yeah. And you see him traveling all up and down the state of Alabama, and then across the South. And you're like, oh, Freddie's actually showed us the real South, and seeing it with open eyes. And it's just beautiful sometimes to see your own home place through the eyes of, say, a foreigner who's not purposely trying to come and change you.
Yeah, we had a game in Jordan-Hare Stadium, and the European players were tweeting out about how amazing it was. They'd never seen anything like this. This is electric. This is unbelievable. There's an eagle that flies around and lands on the field. What the heck is this? They were amazed. Even just the sort of everyday European tourists who are coming in and going to, for example, Waffle House. I love the tweets about refills. They're like, I am about to get a free refill, and it's huge.
For those who have never been to Europe, it's like they're giving me ice. What is this ice they're giving me?
And because I was so young going down to the beach, as we would call it, let's go to the beach. Like, I can't imagine being, 20 something and I've never seen the Gulf Coast, especially like, as I know, Orange Beach and Mobile and all that. Like, it's such a beautiful thing. And again, it's like, oh, wow, I can't imagine seeing that for the first time when I was an adult.
Yeah. I have American friends who have seen it for the first time and get amazed. They're from, wherever up north, and they come down and they go, and I say, it's like white baby powder sand. They're like, what are you talking about? And then they come back like, oh, I see what you're talking about. It's amazing.
You guys both are talking about something I think that's very endemic to what the story should be going forward is, Alabama is the only state that has all the materials it needs to make steel. It has every material it needs to do it. Our infrastructure could be improved, but we've got a port, a deep water port. We've got the tech corridor up at Redstone. We really are in a good position going forward, aren't we? Don't you think going forward that we can really spark some great growth in the state going forward under a new governor?
100%. I expect Tuberville to sort of unleash the spigot in so many different ways. And I am just really looking forward to this administration. I get information here and there about things that are in the works. I'm not an insider or anything like that, but every piece of information I've heard has been pleasing to the ear.
Good.
Yeah, it's America's back, baby.
Yeah,
like, it does seem like we've turned a corner in the last few days, where the energy is shifted. I was a little worried there with the war dragging on and stuff, but oil prices coming down, gas prices coming down, and
market going up.
Yeah, and I don't know if you saw the map. A lot of the left, the official activist left, were cheering for the UFC event to be rained out, and I think Jack Posobiec shared the radar to where that storm they were hoping for literally split in two and went on either side of Washington, D.C.
Providential. I tell you what, and there is one thing to point out. Because the left is latching onto this, and it's the latest inflation numbers, the latest CPI numbers, which were at 4.2%. And yes, they have climbed 3 months, but this is directly related to the Strait of Hormuz. Why do I say that? It's because this is headline inflation, and that includes food and energy. Yes. But if you look at the numbers for core inflation, which exclude food and energy, it's below 3%. And so that shows that the surge is directly related to energy, and energy is directly related to the Strait of Hormuz situation. Absolutely. Obviously, 20% of the world's oil and liquefied natural gas go through the Strait, 20%. So we're talking about a major disruptive event globally. So I think once we get the Strait open, these prices are going to come back down. Inflation will come back down. Markets, capital market stocks, have really remained unaffected by this closure of the Strait. And we've hit record highs all year long. I mean, I can't even tell you how many records we've hit because I quit counting, but we've hit a ton of records this year in capital markets. And so that suggests at least investor confidence, if not some consumer confidence. So I'm optimistic. Once we get this Strait open, I think things are going to go gangbusters just in time for the midterms.
Just in time. Mm-hmm. Well, I always appreciate your time, Alan. If folks want to check out what you're working on, how can they do so?
Yeah, probably just my website's the easiest. It's just alanmendenhall.com. I'm not saying www. anymore. It was such a thing. But ever since you made fun of me, I haven't done it.
It's a boomer thing, you'd say, but I don't consider you one of them.
I'm 43, so I'm actually
He's younger than you.
I'm joking. Well, I think he thinks anyone over 40 is like, I'm 56 now, so it's one of those. It's hard to tell, but I think Joey's letting it grow on him. People like us.
Almost. I got 3 years. I'll be 40 here before too long.
Look,
well,
I still have to have my kids show me how to do everything electronically.
No.
Which is probably why we have these tech issues when I come on. It's something I've done.
or maybe it's on our end. We're holding things together with paper clips and bubble gum over here. But I really always do appreciate the time, Alan, and
Thanks,
God
guys.
bless. Hope to see you soon.
See ya. Bye.
Thank you. Alan Mendenhall, always appreciate his time. And well, we got to hit a break here in a second. But first, this part of the program brought to you by Montgomery Men's Health. And they're at Montgomery Men's Health. Well, they're ready to help you fellas out, especially if you don't feel like a man. Like you feel tired, like exhausted.
Yep, fatigue.
And not just physically, like mentally, you're in a fog, in a haze. You're confused. You lack confidence, not just in the bedroom, but across life.
Yeah.
You're getting thicker around the middle. You're not sleeping well. What in the world's going on with me? Could very well be low testosterone.
Yep.
Or maybe they'll find some other issue with you, but Montgomery Men's Health can find it. They can help you out. Just get by there, gentlemen. I know a lot of y'all hate going to the doctor, but
it's easy.
They're discreet. They're at Montgomery Men's Health. They're very cool, too. And they can do just a quick blood draw consultation, and you find out what's going on with you. They have all sorts of treatments, a whole schedule, a menu of different treatments, depending on what exactly is your issue. It could be it's more an acute problem like ED or PE, or maybe you're worried about size or something. Maybe you want to get on the peptide game with Samorlin or with NAD+. They can do that for you now as well. So check them out today. You can always make an appointment by just calling them direct at 440-3663. That's 440-3663. Or book online in under 30 seconds at MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com. That's Montgomery Men's Health for every man in every season of life. Be sure to tell them that Joey, that fellow on the radio, sent you. And coming up, we do have John Wall calling in, I believe, at 1:30. So let's hit this break, and we'll come back with a little bit more of European love for America, because we're back, baby, right after this.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings, 6 till 9, and afternoons, 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM, WACV.
Paid for by McGinnis for Alabama, 203 Investment Lane, Summerdale, Alabama, 36580.
Hillary! Hillary! I'm really feeling my pain. I sure could use a 5-point plan right now.
I'm Christina Warner McKinnis, and we all need the 5-point plan for Alabama farms and families. Better food security. They should be able to buy Alabama rotisserie chicken with SNAP benefits, not margarita mix. Guide more farmers to the millions of dollars in grants they deserve. Protect our farmland from China and promote sweet-grown Alabama for tourism. We need more Alabama food on the plates of our schools and home. It's time to tell the politicians in Montgomery, same old is not working for us.
Christina Warner McKinnis for Agriculture.
I haven't asked the big guy yet, but I have a feeling he'll like the plan.
This 5-point plan is huge, very special. And believe me, I know the 5-point plan. And all the other 5-point plans are horrible, probably made in China.
Running a facility is already demanding. You don't have time for miscleaning, sick days, or inconsistent results. At Janney King Gulf Coast, we have a proven method to solve those problems. Our franchise owners are trained and supported, and our franchise model means the people cleaning your building care about the outcome as much as you do. If your cleaning company is creating more work instead of preventing it, it's time for a clean that you can count on. Visit JanneyKingCleans.com to learn more.
Hi, this is Jeff Mallinson with Georgia Floors Direct, and I want to talk to you about Blue Water Broadcast and how they've helped my business spread the word. As every small business owner, I have to look at my advertising dollars carefully, and Blue Water Broadcast helps me get the most for every dollar I spend. I'm so glad to be a part of Blue Water Broadcasting and what they bring to Montgomery.
Did you know that radio is the #1 reach platform in all of media? It's true. Call us to find out how to put radio's #1 reach to work for your business. Blue Water Broadcasting. Local folks helping local business.
2026 marks 60 years that hope has had a home in Alabama. At the Alabama Sheriff's Youth Ranches, children who've lost everything through no fault of their own have found something priceless. A safe place to live, a loving Christian family, and the chance to simply be kids again. Here, boys and girls grow up surrounded by care, guidance, and faith, learning right from wrong, learning responsibility, learning they are valued and that their lives have purpose. As the Alabama sheriffs have believed for 6 decades, it's easier to build boys and girls than to repair men and women. These former ranchers are now teachers, parents, business owners, and leaders, living proof that love, structure, and faith can change a life forever. As the Alabama Sheriff's Youth Ranches celebrate 60 years of serving Alabama's children, you can help ensure the next child has the same chance. Learn how you can make a difference at alabamasheriffsyouthranches.org. 60 years of building lives, and we're just getting started.
This is your roving reporter. Today I'm talking with a man from outer space. What's up, Earthling? I see you've landed your spacecraft over there in that field. That's right, man. My question is, why have you landed here on our planet? I came to see David Ernest, the asset preservationist. Yeah, man. I wanted to see if you would take a look at my portfolio for me. Well, before you make the trip over there, call him on his toll-free number, 833-596-7233. And I understand those last 4 digits spell out the word safe. That is correct. Funny thing happened the last time I came to Earth. What was that? I went to the Walmart, man. Yes? And I accidentally went in the back door. How did that work out? Well, they stopped me and very gently told me that I needed to go around front and come in. And then what did you do? I said, cool, man. Take me to your greeter. You flew millions of miles just for that. Hey, man, I don't write them. I just read them.
We didn't say it. You did. Guests keep telling us Epicure and Jack's Tavern serves the best steak around. Wet-aged in-house, hand-cut, perfectly cooked. When people talk, we listen, and we keep doing what we do best. We invite you to come experience the difference for yourself soon. Epicure and Jack's Tavern. Come taste what everyone's talking about.
Are you tired of the mainstream media's biased reporting? Do you want to stay informed on the news that really matters to you? Look no further than 1819 News. At 1819 News, we bring you the latest in Alabama news, politics, sports, culture, and more. We've assembled a team of journalists with Alabama values dedicated to the truth and the truth alone. Visit us at 1819news.com today. That's 1819news.com. Subscribe to our newsletter. Honest News, Alabama Values.
I'm Bradley Earl-Ekdahl, and I'm asking for your vote June 16th for Circuit Judge, Place 5, Autauga, Chilton, and Elmore counties. I'm a 20-year veteran of the trial courtrooms of Alabama. I've served you as an assistant district attorney, I've served you as the municipal prosecutor for the city of Prattville, and I've continued to serve you as the municipal judge of Millbrook. I've defended the most difficult and serious cases before judge and jury. I've been serving this community for 20 years. Vote Bradley Earl-Ekdahl, June 16th.
Paid for by the committee to elect Bradley Earl-Ekdahl, 131 Hunts Alley, Prattville, Alabama, 36067. Tired of spending your weekends fighting weeds, patchy grass, and a mower that never starts? Mosley Lawn Pros is the solution. They handle residential and commercial lawn maintenance, landscaping, cleanups, and property care so you don't have to. They show up on time, do the job right, and leave your lawn looking sharp every time. Stop stressing over your yard and start loving it. When it comes to your lawn, call the crew your neighbors and local businesses trust. One call, one crew, problem solved. Mosley Lawn Pros, built on hard work, driven by quality. Find them today on Facebook or Google.
What's your biggest investment? More than likely, it's your home. So treat it that way when you hire a painting contractor. With PBS Painting, there are no gimmicks, no $99 special. Just quality painting and someone who treats your home with the same respect that you do. At PBS Painting, we have been painting for years and look forward to many more years to come. With PBS Painting, the job gets prepped properly, whether it's cleaning, scraping, or priming. We always use quality products, which is a must for a quality paint job. So if you're looking for a painter that doesn't need upfront money and is on the job at all times, then please give me a call. Scott Bowers and PBS Painting, 294-5122. That's PBS Painting, 294-5122. Look at some of our work on Facebook at PBS Painting Montgomery.
A new year brings new opportunities, and right now the market is starting to shift.
Interest rates are beginning to come down, which means more buying power and more options for buyers who've been waiting.
If you're thinking about buying a home, This could be the moment to take that next step.
And whether you're buying, selling, or investing, having experience on your side matters more than ever.
At Hannah and Eddie Realty Group, we're also growing our team.
If you're an experienced agent ready to make a difference in this market and want to be part of a team that values knowledge, support, and results, call Hannah and Eddie Realty Group, where opportunity meets experience.
Lots of places can expose you to identity theft, but that's why LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second for threats to your identity, which is way more than anyone can do on their own. If they find anything suspicious, like new loans or changes in your financial accounts, they'll alert you right away, all through text, phone, email, or the LifeLock app. Get the alerts that can make all the difference. Save up to 30% off your first year with the promo code BECK. LifeLock.com, 800-LifeLock, 1-800-LifeLock, or LifeLock.com. Use the promo code BECK at LifeLock.com.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368, an equal housing lender.
Rich Thomas Weather is brought to you by Alabama Wholesale Lumber. For tough, good-looking roofs, it's Tamco Shingles from Alabama Wholesale Lumber. For great folks and great prices, call Alabama Wholesale Lumber.
We've got the potential for some locally significant rainfall totals over the next few days. Today, periods of showers and thunderstorms becoming likely, especially by this afternoon, this evening, tonight, on Tuesday as well, with locally tropical downpours in spots. High today, 85. Low tonight, 70. Tuesday's high may not reach 80, held down by clouds and showers. And even on Wednesday, with partly sunny skies, showers and thunderstorms are likely again. Be flexible, carry the rain gear, and our weather app will keep you on top of the action. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
When the heat hits to the river region, don't wait. If your AC quits, Hands Heating and Air offers same-day service, or your diagnostic charge is free with their Comfort a Day or You Don't Pay guarantee, plus 24/7 service with no overtime charges.
All the headlines the mainstream media won't touch. Your News Talk station. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
This is a Trump country. We live in the southeast. We drink sweet tea. We don't drink socialist Kool-Aid.
Oh, girl, baby girl. Oh, really? Don't even play.
Shut up, silly woman. You are a rude, terrible person. Can you get a cough, please?
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. I'm your host, Joey Clark. Troy Carrico here in the studio with me, awaiting a call from Lieutenant Governor candidate John Walton. And while we're waiting on that phone call, let's get back into the European mind cannot comprehend. Now, this is crazy, where a Frenchman. Now, Eddie Bader hates Frenchmen.
You know they foot with their feet and fight with their feet, foot with their face and fight with their feet.
Exactly.
I bet he's got a white hanky in his back pocket just in case he has to surrender.
Well, this guy went quite viral on the TikTok. Let's
see what he's got.
Mesdames et messieurs, we need to talk about l'Amérique. As French, we need to stop saying Vive la France and start saying Vive l'Amérique. This place is incroyable. C'est incroyable. I just had Texas barbecue for the first time in my life.
It was incredible.
Better than any moment in my life. And I am married and have 2 kids. Oh, but in France you have des crêpes, les petits pains au chocolat, les croissants. No, I give my left croissant for a Texas brisket. Don't even get me started on Costco. Costco is bigger than my village where I live. Whatever you want at Costco, it's there. You just show up and you could buy your whole life there. We need to start a revolution just to get Costco in France. I will be the first one to say I will start a revolution to get a Costco. Les Italians, les Italians, I'm sorry, but ranch makes pizza better than anything I've ever tasted. When you go to a restaurant, you leave a tip. is because they're so nice. But my waitress, she came over and talked to us like we had known each other for a year. It was like she wanted to be my best friend. And at the end, I felt stupid not to leave a tip. In France, they want to take off the tip of my head. Speaking about how nice and friendly these Americans are, I think in France, I can count on one hand how many people have smiled at me. Just normally, just smile, you know. I think my mother has smiled at me twice. Here,
it's funny.
Just going down the street, everybody says hi. Like, what do you want? What do you mean hi? What do you mean bonjour? Oh, hi. This is a normal road in America, and this is bigger than the Champs-Élysées. This car right here is called a Waymo. Waymo? C'est ça? Yeah, Waymo. And for the longest time, I wondered why it was called a Waymo. It is because America has way more than the rest of the world.
That's funny.
No, and there's so many of these. They're great.
That are good.
Yeah, it's cracking me up. Like, especially when you juxtapose it to the left. Now, I apologize for doing this.
What?
I apologize.
Yeah, I can't stand it. He's so bad.
Especially when you go back, and this guy was the star of major motion picture masterpieces.
He was the king of Hollywood.
Like, especially 1970s filmmaking, like the peak of it. He was a great actor.
He's washed out.
And you see these, again, it's these liberal boomers who can't give up the fight. But this is
so angry.
Robert De Niro. Listen to this.
Right? Later, the letter stated, regardless of our political affiliation or whether we engage in politics or not, we all love our country. So when we... Not so fast.
Okay, now you're trying to tell us what
the phrase, we all love our country, stuck in my throat. Because our country isn't so lovable right now.
What is he talking about?
I hate to say it, but loving our country is starting to sound like an abused spouse saying they love their abuser.
Yeah, whatever. Get out. There's the door. Get out.
Wow. I can't love a country that starts stupid and inhumane wars.
You wouldn't know what that is.
Killing thousands of innocents and indirectly causing the deaths and suffering of millions more. I can't love a country that takes health care away from millions of people and uses that money to enrich their pals in the Trump-Epstein class. I can't love a country that sends out masked militias to shoot citizens in the streets, torture our neighbors, and separate families.
It's a law enforcement agency.
See, and you know, I wanted to share a little bit of that because it's like we live in a different country, sir.
He's an anarchist.
Oh, he wishes.
He doesn't know what beautiful things we have compared to what it could be.
And so here, just to pour a little cold water on that, because that is not like, I mean, I think I'm in a different country than that man.
I know we are.
Completely different.
Alabama.
Country. But here's this guy, I think he's from New York, Harry Enton on CNN.
We've seen him before.
And he's pouring cold water on the hopes of a blue wave, especially now with gas prices coming down and actually with that core CPI so low and all this investment that's been built up.
Good things.
So what are the warning signs here? Yeah, I think the warning sign is this. Democrats have an edge, but compared to what we see historically, it's really not that big of a lead. I mean, just take a look here. Okay, this is Congress National June polls, Dem leads, and this is NBC News, midterm years with the GOP press. Look at this. They're up by 5 points, but that's half the lead they had back in 2018 when it was 10 points, and less than half the lead they had back in 2006 with 11 points when Democrats took back the House in both of those years. And now the Democratic lead is on a single hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points. And it's this type of lead where you say, you know what, Democrats are ahead, but don't count your chickens just quite yet. And Harry, we've been talking about this. As time goes on, you and I have kept on looking at these numbers saying it just doesn't look like the numbers we've seen when there have been waves for Democrats in the past. What are the trends in the other polls? Yeah, okay, so this is not just one poll in which we are seeing this. There is this group of pollsters that are out there that are just not showing the wave you might expect given where the president's approval rating is. Okay, what are we talking about? We're talking about NBC, Marquette University Law School, and Ipsos. Look at where they were January and February, and look at where they are May and June. NBC, down a point. MU Law, down 3 points. Ipsos, basically staying the same. So the Democrats hold these leads, but again, you have this group of pollsters that are out there where this lead, simply put, is not matching what you might expect if you're expecting a Democratic wave.
And that's sort of in a vacuum. What about in a year where Republicans have already made significant gains in terms of redistricting?
Exactly right. So you might say, hey, the president's approval is way down low. You expect Democrats to be way up high, especially given him in the record lows because of the Iran war not happening. And then you put in redistricting. Democrats in the National House vote, look at this, needed to control with redistricting. We really think the Democrats need between a 3 and 4 point advantage in the national vote. You average those polls together. We just on the last screen, Ipsos, MU Law, and NBC. It's right on the border there. It's right on the border. It is no guarantee. It is far from a guarantee at this point, if you believe these pollsters.
Very tight. Now, what are the prediction markets saying about Democrats' hopes to retake both chambers?
Yeah, okay. So then you take a look. Okay, look at the Kalshi prediction market. Chance to win number terms. Look, Democrats clearly have the advantage at 78% chance, but that's far from 100%, right? That's a 1 in 5, more than a 1 in 5 chance. Republicans hold on. You look at the Senate, the GOP still has the edge there. More likely than not that the GOP holds on in the Senate, according to Kalshi prediction markets. So basically, I'm putting out this warning sign. These are the warning signs, right? Yes, Democrats probably take back the House, but it's far from a guarantee, or we are not going to get caught like in past years. We ignore those polls that had those warning signs.
Yeah. And by the way, Trump hasn't even gotten started.
No.
Like, we're still months out from November.
Yeah. Now, this is going to end, not, that's a hope.
Like, you start getting into late August, September, October.
Mm-hmm.
Trump has promised that he's going to run like he's running for president again.
That's what he says.
And if the economic numbers start looking good,
which they should after this.
Now, conventional wisdom is Democrats are going to take the House. And that's historical, too. Like, it really is. Like, the party outside of power usually gets the House back.
If you get them all, right, if you can get them all, you're in business. Yeah.
So I don't want to, try to crow that, the GOP is going to keep it all. Just saying there's not inevitability to this. There is room, a lot of play in the joints. And it's all about watching the underlying metrics of, yes, especially the economy. But then it's also about watching what goes on with the so-called narrative.
Right.
And, there's one narrative being sold that is very much like what you heard with Robert De Niro. But I have a feeling that America is back, baby. And that beats that summer of Epstein that we had last year.
That was putrid.
What we're going to have is a summer of America. Eagles flying. Did you see that at the UFC, like the weigh-in, they had an eagle do a fly around the crowd? And that isn't there anymore, but that bald eagle had been at the Auburn Raptors.
Right. They are the leading center for raptor rehabilitation.
Really is amazing.
Did you know that card that and I don't know if this was by design, it probably wasn't, because one of the guys that was expected to win, it was all ended by technical knockouts. Every one of those matches. Never happened before in UFC, that every match on the card ended with a knockout.
Yeah, and I watched a few of the fights. I hadn't watched UFC in a long time.
I like Sean Malley.
And it was, it's like the sport has come a long way.
Oh, it is. Look at it. I mean,
especially when you see the lighter weights, you're like, man, there's a lot of technicality.
There is. There's a lot of grappling, a lot of boxing. It's just very good.
Yeah, and like that first match, like how they just started throwing down. And it's like, you made a big mistake, Garcia. You shouldn't have started to throw down. Diego's got you now.
That's not your game.
Yeah, and it's like, man, and also I love the sportsmanship of it. Like, be able to wail on each other like those guys do, and then be able to get up and bump gloves or even give a hug.
Yeah, no, it's honorable. I think there's a system to them.
By the way, you notice it's folks from all sorts of different backgrounds.
Yeah,
interesting.
It's cool. Wait, was Rogan there?
Yeah.
Was he? I didn't see him.
Yeah, with the short little tie.
Yeah.
It's like, Joe.
What are you doing, Joe? Put the weed down. Put the weed down for a minute. Yeah.
No, he was over the moon. Daniel Cormier was there in the booth with him.
Yeah.
And they were having a blast. And they had the national band playing a lot of the lead-in music with singers and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, it was a unique, very unique setting.
Happy birthday, Mr. President.
Indeed. Yeah, and some guy kept yelling that out in the crowd.
Happy birthday,
Trump! And like,
I don't see any Marilyn Monroe crap going on.
Yeah.
Mr.
Well,
President.
and there were a few moments from that, and I guess I was awaiting a call from John Wall, but I
Maybe
don't
the
see
raccoon,
him.
he had to feed the raccoon, maybe.
What a weird ad from the
That's so
White House campaign.
strange.
It's so
I
strange.
sleep with him. What?
But here is first off, this is Josh Hokett.
Yep.
And he snuck this in where Rogan's like, oh no, I shouldn't have given the mic to him for this long. I think this is post-fight. And he snuck this one in there. And it's like, honestly, it's just so many dudes in this world want to say this on national TV.
And lastly, Michelle Obama is a man. Am I right, America? Ladies and
I love it.
And you're like, come on,
You
man.
can just tell he's the guy who's going to tell it like a truck driver, man.
Well, and he knows exactly what he's doing. There are all these like hit pieces out there. This is disgusting.
Be a man, man.
And then there was a more wholesome moment where this fella,
Yeah.
he's putting out all sorts of messages.
That's good.
And he put out this. He said, here was his final message. Let's listen into him.
Team, Dana White, Hunter, congratulations. Spectacular event. Thank you so much. I'm so happy. And I have a message. In John chapter 3, verse 16 say, for God so loved the world that he gave his one and only Son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish, but have eternal life. Jesus changed my life. Jesus saved my
That's
life.
awesome.
Jesus wanna save your life too. Give your life to Jesus. Thank you so much.
How can you not say that was a great event? He meant it too.
And look at that background with the White House right there. And like, oh no, and that was
that was heartfelt and
Yeah,
beautiful.
but all the thing, you could come out and say Michelle Obama's a man with your time.
No, but save some people. You got a ministry. You got a ministry every day, Joey. Every day.
By the way, I think we were just kicked off Facebook because we played short clips from UFC. Yeah, whatever. Facebook can go shove it.
They can pound sand.
272-9228. That's 334-272-9228. Now, we have some coming up, and we'll definitely want to get to your op-ed, which is about this U.S. Senate runoff.
Yes, it is.
We'll definitely get to that in the final hour.
You've got something though, don't you?
Yeah, but it's an election day thing, so I'll do it.
Oh, you're going to
tomorrow.
wait till we have.
Yeah, I mean, and it's stuff
I know.
I've
I'm
been
excited to
saying
hear
all
it. I'm
day.
excited.
I pretty much said it on Friday. I also said it on Tuesday. Like I've
I
been
was here.
saying it.
I was here.
It was just more of me doing a summation. It was an easy one to
Just
write.
curious what you came up with. So
272-9228. It's 334-272-9228. So, because the op-ed was so easy to write this week, I wrote 2 songs. So y'all were hearing the other one, right?
That one's great,
like this one. But if you listen, like the lyrics in that one, that's almost like a mystical prayer.
like
that
a
I'm
Lenny Kravitz kind of style to it, I thought.
there's all sorts of influences going on. And I
Prince.
did the chords and then wrote the lyrics. And I've learned never let the AI write for you.
Right.
But you can let it perform and
Sure.
spin up an
And then
idea.
you
real
just
quick.
come up with your stuff. Yeah.
So this is a completely different genre.
Okay.
And you know the backstory, so you better keep your mouth
I'll
shut.
up. I will shut up. I promise.
Completely different genre.
So you have a muse, I guess, perhaps.
We'll go into the break with this.
Yes,
It's a fairly short song. Be right back.
There
News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
Hi, I'm Carl Schmidt, naturopath and owner of the Herb Shop Wellness Center at 8161 Vaughan Road. You know, with over 30 years experience in natural wellness, I've seen countless health fads come and go. A few years ago, we added a patented technology that actually activates your stem cells. It reverses the aging process at the cellular level. However, you do need proper hydration and targeted nutrition. At the Herb Shop, our advanced scanning and testing technology allows us to accurately assess your nutritional needs and get a customized plan for you. Come in today and see what the Herb Shop can do for you.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368, an equal housing lender.
We get Montgomery talking 24 hours a day. The River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM, WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. America's back, baby. America's back. Let's go right to the phones. Talk to Michael Coe with Cohen's Electronics and Appliances. Hey, Michael, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm great. America's back, baby.
About time.
And I don't know. There's just so many things happening at once. And honestly, if America's going to make this run, the United States soccer team's going to make this run of the World Cup, shouldn't somebody come get like a big brand new TV to enjoy that run?
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, and by great big, it could be a 115 Samsung. It could be a 98 inch. It could be 85. Of course, I guess everything is relative. You know, depends on where you're coming from.
Yeah.
You know, I still have some customers that get a 65 and they're like, oh my God, this thing is huge.
Right. Well, you should see the 85er.
That's right. That's right.
Well, and you can build out a true, like, just man cave, sports palace, or like a great movie theater room, and especially with the audio options y'all have there. And I don't know, because America's back, baby. We need to get a big old TV and celebrate 2026 the right way.
I think so. 250 years, ring it in right.
So, anything else going on there at Cohen's today?
I got Michael Jacks out there running and gunning and taking care of the customers and calling me to fill in the blanks of, you know, so-and-so needs a TV and so-and-so needs this and so-and-so needs a Control 4 controller. So, yeah, I mean, it's been a good day so far.
Well,
and then you called. I mean, you know.
Well, I'm happy to be a little bit of sunshine in your day.
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry for even saying that. Eddie, you'll be back.
And I haven't been drinking. You may have been drinking, but I haven't been drinking.
I'm stone cold sober, sadly.
We hope that Eddie will be back. He was attacked by a pack of wasps, apparently.
Yeah, apparently, yeah.
A pack of what?
Wasps.
Oh. I thought you were going to say like a 12-pack of Michelob.
Well, that may have been involved, Mike. But
well, he attacked that, but then the wasp attacked him.
Yeah.
But, folks, if y'all want to learn more about Cohen's Electronics and Appliances, you can always go to thinkcohens.com, but I really encourage you to stop by.
Yeah.
Go see that beautiful showroom at 2515 Eastern Boulevard here in Montgomery, open 9 to 6 Monday through Friday, 9 to 4 on Saturdays. And be sure to find Michael and say, hey, I heard you on that radio show with that Joey Clark fella.
That's right. Y'all come see us. Let us help you make the right choice for whatever your needs are, appliances or electronics, and have a great day.
You too, Michael.
buddy.
And this entire hour has been brought to you by Alabama Home Mortgage.
Yes.
And, of course, they're at Alabama Home Mortgage, whether you're looking to buy or refinance that current home of yours. They can help you out, and especially help you if you're a veteran. You know, we've been covering the veteran issue a lot of late.
I feel like we have, and I think that, you know, there's a lot of veterans out there, and a lot of them operate under this idea, Joey, that I only get one use of that. That's not true.
Or I didn't do enough to get it, or
yeah,
whatever.
Right. Yeah, there you go. Thank you.
Well, and it's like, you're probably wrong. You need to go talk to the pros there at Alabama Home Mortgage. They know the latest with the VA mortgage, and they take great pride in it, as they should. They've got veterans in their blood, in their family, got a lot of friends who are veterans, and they love being able to help out veterans. Take advantage of these benefits you veterans earn through your service, whether you're looking for like no down payment purchases or 100% cash out refinances, they can help you. And even if you're not a veteran, if you're looking for a great local shop where their pre-approval is actually accurate and worth something, helps you shop with confidence, or you're looking to refinance or restructure debt or go on that dream vacation, they can help you at Alabama Home Mortgage. So check them out today. You can always call them direct at 567-4223. That's 567-4223. Or you can apply online at myalabamahomemortgage.com. There is a difference in mortgage companies like Kim and Madeline. Prove that to you today. NMLS number 1586368, an equal housing lender. We should have the Justice Jay Mitchell joining us here soon. He is also running for Attorney General. Want to give him a chance to give his final pitch to the folks of the River Region. We'll be right back with him.
From the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusada, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
With current news, I'm Bob Agnew in Washington. President Trump is now in the French Alps today, meeting with fellow world leaders at Group of Seven summit. That's after announcing an agreement he says will bring an end to the U.S. war with Iran. The Republican U.S. president due to arrive in Les Bains today, and he did so safely with the wind at his back for the talks with the G7 leaders. The topics there will go well beyond the Iran war, however, talking perhaps a lot about the Russia-Ukraine war, as well as a number of other critical issues of cooperation between the world's top economies. The Department of Justice has identified 15,500 pedophiles, rapists, smugglers, and traffickers that former President Joe Biden and the Democrats let walk into the country through the southern border, and eventually, they say, they abused thousands of innocent children. On Wall Street right now, the Dow Jones Industrial Average up 604 points, and NASDAQ up 759. This is SRN News.
So many people have hired the wrong tax company. They tell you what you want to hear and not what they can deliver. Many of us have heard the stories, and they don't end well. Hi, we're Legal Tax Defense, and I'm here to tell you that all tax companies are not created equal. We're the nation's leading tax relief firm, and we've saved taxpayers millions over the past 15 years. If you've been struggling and owe $10,000 or more to the IRS, get help today and call 800-683-6853. If you're still receiving letters from the IRS, have unfiled tax returns, or facing active collections, call Legal Tax Defense now for a free, no-cost consultation. If we can't resolve and settle your case with the IRS, no one can. Get protected today by calling Legal Tax Defense at 800-683-6853. You could save thousands. Call 800-683-6853. 800-683-6853 or visit LegalTaxDefense.com.
Rich Thomas Weather is brought to you by Victoryland.
Victoryland Casinos, crowning 25K free play giveaway. The more you visit, the more chances you have to win. Victoryland Casino, where you can be a winner too.
We've got the potential for some locally significant rainfall totals over the next few days. Today, periods of showers and thunderstorms becoming likely, especially by this afternoon, this evening, tonight, on Tuesday as well, with locally tropical downpours in spots. High today, 85. Low tonight, 70. Tuesday's high may not reach 80, held down by clouds and showers. And even on Wednesday, with partly sunny skies, showers and thunderstorms are likely again. Be flexible, carry the rain gear, and our weather app will keep you on top of the action. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
1819 News.
Alabama's Republican members of Congress are praising President Trump for his recent announcement of a deal with Iran that would end the war that's been going on in the Middle East and the Strait of Hormuz. The deal will be signed this coming Friday in Switzerland. U.S. Senator Tommy Tuberville says it's time to get the oil flowing and bring our troops home. Congressman Robert Aderholt is thankful that the U.S. reached an agreement that requires Iran to give up its nuclear program. And Congressman Barry Moore praised the president, saying that his critics didn't think he could finalize a deal that would prevent Iran from getting nuclear weapons or reopen the Strait of Hormuz. I'll be back with more Alabama stories. after this.
Did you know that 70% of people experience a potentially traumatic event in their lifetime, and that 6 out of every 100 adults face PTSD every day? Help us bring hope to these survivors by signing up for your Alabama Distinctive PTSD Awareness license plate today. The great thing is you can sign up no matter when your current plate renews, and the first year is complimentary. All you need is your VIN number on hand. Drive awareness, drive hope, and customize your plate today at atease.org.
A drug investigation in McCullough by the Jefferson County Vice and Narcotics Unit has resulted in the arrest of 5 people. Authorities also seized a variety of drugs and a firearm. One of those arrested remains behind bars without bond for a failure to appear charge. That person is 44-year-old Tommy Finley. And a shooting that occurred over the weekend in Roanoke is now under investigation. The shooting involved a police officer who was making a traffic stop on Saturday night. Joshua Huddleston has been identified as the driver of the vehicle where a handgun was found. Police say that Huddleston tried to get away from the officer and ended up pulling a second gun and firing it at police. The officer fired back, and Huddleston was found after a search inside an abandoned house. His medical condition has not been made known. I'm Andrea Tice.
For more news affecting Alabamians, go to 1819news.com. And while you're there, subscribe to the daily newsletter.
This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number 1 in the number 2 business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
A legacy of leadership, a commitment to justice. My name is Carol Cook Carter, and I am running for the 19th Circuit Judge, Place 5. I bring 26 years of legal experience and served as child support referee in Chilton County to ensure our children's financial needs were met. I believe every party should be heard, held responsible, and helped. As your circuit judge, I will make decisions that are fair, impartial, and just. On June 16th, vote Carol Cook Carter for 19th Circuit Judge, Place 5.
Paid for by the committee to elect Carol Cook Carter.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. It's time for Montgomery's conversational radio show. It's News and Views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. And America's back, baby. Can't stop saying that, but it's just the mood.
Yeah, you're into it.
And without further ado, let's bring on a candidate for Attorney General to be the next Attorney General from the great state of Alabama. He is in the runoff, and that vote is tomorrow. We have former Alabama Supreme Court Justice Jay Mitchell. Jay, how are you, sir?
Hey, Joey. I'm doing great.
Good to have you on the program. And first, I want to get kind of a quick background, like bio. Like, how did you get into this sort of world of conservative politics? It seems like you came through the route of, let's just say, actually being pretty learned in the law, and a lot of political philosophy comes along with that, I'd imagine.
Yeah, my background professionally is really in the law. I spent 16 years in the courtroom in front of judges and juries before running for an open seat on the Alabama Supreme Court in 2018. And I served on our state's highest court, handling our biggest, toughest, most complex cases in the Alabama legal system on both the criminal and civil sides for 6.5 years. But really felt called to jump into this race for AG. Have been in this campaign for, I guess, just over a year now, and have gotten a great response from the voters. And Lord willing, I'm the next Attorney General and going to be able to help do bigger things for our people.
Now, I've been asking all the candidates across the different races this. How does your faith play into not just the decision to run in this campaign, but like how it carries you each day?
Yeah, well, it informs and shapes really everything I do. Certainly, big impact on my decision about whether to run. A lot of that was centered around praying about it, seeking counsel from our pastor, certainly talking to my wife, who is the voice of God in my ear on so many things. And then, you know, as far as just, you know, taking steps day by day, professionally and personally, You know, my life verses are Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will direct your paths. And so I do my level best to walk with Jesus every day and depend on him daily to help me make good, wise decisions.
Amen. Now, when you look at, say, especially the position of Attorney General, what are some of the, say, top issues that you would like to tackle as AG?
Well, the biggest one is dealing with the problem of violent crime, which your listeners in Montgomery and the River region know all too well. You know, Montgomery has really been a problem spot for violent crime, and we've got to have an attorney general in this next season of state government who's going to make that the top priority and is really going to knuckle down on that problem. Obviously, we have other hot spots across the state as well. Birmingham has been in recent years, Bessemer, Selma. I could keep going. I think we're at a point where, you know, when you look at these hot spots, the through line is really that they're blue cities being run by blue city mayors who are soft on crime and don't back up their law enforcement officers when the going gets tough. And so I think we're at a point where if they can't get the job done, state government's going to have to do more. Coach Tuberville, for instance, has talked about potentially sending in the National Guard to Montgomery and Birmingham. I support that. I think we can do that in a strategic and precise way that will really move the needle on dealing with violent crime. Beyond that, we've got to have an attorney general who's going to partner well with our local law enforcement leaders across the state. I'm very fortunate in this race to have the endorsement, the support of over 30 Republican sheriffs, police chiefs, and prosecutors. And I'm going to give them the level of partnership and service they need from the AG's office in Montgomery so we can take down bad guys and keep them locked away.
And so let's, you know, in this short time we have together, just give your final pitch to the voters, especially here in the River region and our listening audience.
Yeah, well, there are several defining differences between me and my runoff opponent who are on the ballot tomorrow. One is courtroom experience. We need an attorney general who has real courtroom experience. And I'm uniquely the only candidate in this runoff who has courtroom experience. My opponent does not. I've got over 2 decades of experience on both sides of the bench, handling big, tough cases. The second, and by the way, that's why Pam Casey, who came in third in the primary, who's a career prosecutor up in Blount County, that's why she's endorsed me, a big reason why she's endorsed me. Second big difference is the commitment to making sure we deal with violent crime, and that really begins and ends with backing the blue. Your listeners know in the Montgomery area about the story of former Montgomery police officer Cody Smith, who was wrongly prosecuted, sent to Limestone Prison for having to apprehend a guy who fit the description of a suspect, and Cody did his job and was sent away for that and prosecuted. I stood up for Cody. I was the only one who stood up for Cody in the legal system when my opponent was trying to keep him in prison. So we got to have an AG who's going to back the blue. And then the third big thing is making sure we've got an AG who is going to take on child predators. I'm a dad of 4. I've raised a teenager, and I'm raising teenagers right now. It's really hard to be a parent in this day and age. You put the filters on, you put the guardrails on, these technologies, and there are always workarounds. And so we've got to have an AG who's going to be much more deeply in that fight, taking down child predators, locking them away, and certainly those who are enabling them actively or passively, we got to hold them accountable too. And I'm going to get more deeply in that fight, and I'm coming to that fight with the heart of a dad.
Here. Well, I appreciate the time we have here, and best of luck tomorrow, Jay. If folks kind of want to do a last-second look over before they go vote tomorrow, how can they check more out about you?
Yeah, absolutely. Love for you to check out our campaign website, which is jayforalabama.com. That's JAYFOR Alabama.com. We're on Facebook and all the different social media sites. Would love for y'all to come alongside and join us here in the closing hours. And I just respectfully ask your listeners to vote for Jay Mitchell for Alabama Attorney General tomorrow.
Well, thank you, Jay, and best of luck tomorrow.
Thanks, Joey.
Again, Jay Mitchell.
Yeah.
Appreciate his time.
Yep, always.
Now, in a second, I want to get to your op-ed talking about the runoff, but can we do a palate cleanser?
Yeah, of course we can.
Away from the politics?
I like that. It's always hard to swallow on these days. Yeah.
Because we have another missive from Nobunaga.
He's been busy, hasn't he?
Indeed he has. And this one has to do with, well, I'll just read it. In America, a warehouse store, a fully roasted chicken costs $5. The raw chicken beside it costs $7, and I stood between them like a man between two truths. Golden, hot, seasoned, spinning in glory under the lights, in a line of its brothers. $4.99. I checked the raw birds. $7, pale, cold. You must do everything yourself. This is not commerce. Commerce does not move backward. Somewhere in this building, mathematics lies defeated. I asked the man at the counter, how is the cooked bird cheaper than the raw bird? Been $5 forever. They keep it that way. But the store loses. Yep, on purpose. On purpose. I held my receipt with both hands. In my land, a lord who lowered the price of rice in a hard winter was remembered for generations. They built him a small shrine. His store does it every day with chicken and tells no one. A woman behind me grew tired of my reverence. It's just a chicken, sir. It's not just a chicken. It is a wound the merchant takes on purpose so that anyone on any day with $5 eats like a lord. The bird is the message. The price is the vow. I will confess, I bought 2. I did not need 2. The second was not hunger, it was gratitude. It was delicious. Some prices are not prices, they are promises. I return every week now. I take 1 bird. I bow toward the deli, briefly, so as not to alarm the staff. They have begun nodding back. The vow holds. The bird turns. $5. Long may it spin. It's pretty great, rotisserie chicken. It's hard to beat, man. Like, it's hard to beat really good rotisserie chicken.
It's so good.
Especially when you get that lucky, like it just came off. The rotisserie hadn't been sitting there for a while.
Man.
Oh, man.
That's the stuff right there.
That's real good stuff right there. Indeed. So anyway, you ready to share your thoughts on?
Yeah, I a lot of reflection after Friday and just thinking, and Monday seeing Jared and just hearing. I heard so much from so many leaders throughout the state calling me about what my thoughts were on all of it and how just it wasn't a good look for Veteran Nation in Alabama. And so I came up with this piece after a little bit of reflection and prayers. Friendly fire is not friendly. Alabama's contentious Senate race. As our republic stands on the threshold of its semi-quincentennial 250 years of liberty purchased in the currency of the blood of patriots, we find ourselves not in solemn reflection, but bearing witness, at least to this spectacle that should shame every man who has ever wore the uniform. In the crucible of what is Alabama's Senate race, a vicious fratricide unfolds between 2 men who have both answered their nation's call. This is no clash of grand political schemes or visions. It is the raw, ugly work of political action dollars, dart money, calculated ambition tearing the bonds of brotherhood. On one side stands Congressman Barry Moore, bolstered by the endorsement of President Trump and a camp rooted in established political muscle. On the other hand, Jared Hudson, a former Navy SEAL whose service record gleams with the unmistakable stamp of special operations warfare and uncommon valor. The lines are drawn. Trump-aligned forces behind Moore, while super PACs and outside money flow towards Hudson's camp. The air is thick with attack ads and questioning service records in these final desperate hours before the runoff. This is blue on blue fire, fratricide, and it is devastating the very heart of our veteran community. I speak with a particular gravitas because I consider Jared a friend, a fellow warrior, and I recognize in Jared a kindred spirit. As an Army Ranger, I know the unique forge that shapes men who operate at that pointy tip of the spear. His background as a SEAL sniper, his deployments in the global war on terror, his continued fight against human trafficking through the Covenant Rescue Group, and his service to law enforcement, these are not mere credentials. They are hard evidence of a warrior's life. Long live the brotherhood. We are brothers at arms, bound by covenants most civilians will or cannot comprehend. That bond should transcend the petty skirmishes of political campaigns. Yet something deeper anchors Jared and I both, an allegiance that renders all earthly powers secondary. Our faith in Jesus Christ supersedes every other loyalty to party, to politician, to personal ambition. When we stand before the throne, no ballot, no endorsement, no super PAC will speak for us, only the blood of the Lamb. In this light, the current divisiveness ripping through Alabama's veteran ranks is not merely unfortunate, it is spiritual warfare. This race has taken a particularly foul turn in the 11th hour. Questions, allegations of stolen valor about Mary Moore's honorable service in the Alabama National Guard and Army Reserves have been weaponized with surgical precision. Both men served honorably. Moore's DD-214, or its functional equivalent, the NGB, National Guard Bureau 22 form, reflects a man who swore the oath and stood ready. I have personally reviewed Mr. Moore's documentation and credentials. It is a bona fide statement of honorable service. To suggest otherwise does violence to the truth and to every guardsman and reservist who has ever stood the watch. I do not lay this at the feet of my brother Jared Hudson as a sole act of malice. Warriors execute missions. They do not always choose the battlefield or the rules of engagement. What I see instead is the looming shadow of political operatives and at least one current federal legislator willing to use veterans as pawns in a larger game of domination over Alabama's political landscape. The fingerprints of calculated strategy are unmistakable. The timing, the framing, the deliberate attempt to discredit one veteran's service to elevate another's. It is not a good look for her at all. We have witnessed this from her past with Mike Durant, and we will not soon forget what has been wrought against our brothers. The damage is done. Seeds of suspicion have been sown among men who once trusted each other in the foxhole. When we begin to rank order of sacrifice to measure one man's boots against another's, we dishonor the oath we all took. Whether you patrolled the mountains of Afghanistan or the deserts of Iraq, which I have both, or supported the warfighter forward deployed as a National Guardsman, you raised your right hand. That alone demands respect. I have spoken with several leaders across Alabama's veteran community. The consensus is clear. It is time to put this conflict to bed. The Republic does not need fractured warriors at this juncture in her evolution. She needs men of steel who can disagree without descending into character assassination, who can compete on ideas rather than impugning the very service that qualifies them to lead. Brothers, I say stand on your own merit. Serve with integrity. Let your record, your character, and your works testify for you. God sees fit to exalt whom he will in his time and according to his purpose. The political action dollars will flow where they will. Dark money will find its vessels, but the veteran community must rise above it, and our republic, on the cusp of 250 years, deserves better than this stain on its record and the cannibalization of its bravest sons. The brotherhood is bigger than any political office. The cross is higher than any campaign. Let us remember who we are: Rangers, SEALs, Marines, soldiers, sailors, airmen, guardians, coasties, including all reservists and guardsmen, all forged in the same fire of service to something greater than ourselves. The mission before us demands unity, not fratricide. Stand down from these attacks. Honor the uniform, honor the brotherhood, and above all, honor the King of Kings who has called us to a higher allegiance. I have heard much from the state's veterans, and the chaos this has wrought has been impactful. Many are watching us. History will judge us not by who won the runoff, but by whether we allowed money and ambition from outside veteran nation to desecrate the sacred bonds between those who have borne the battle.
Troy Carrico, everybody. Here. Well said. And from a position of, well, experience and being part of that.
Yeah.
That class of folks. A good class it is.
It is. 10% of our state.
Now, Eric Thomas has this out at 1819 News. Voter turnout could play a major role in the primary runoff elections tomorrow on Tuesday. Citizens will choose who will go into the November general election for important contests, such as U.S. Senate, Attorney General, Lieutenant Governor. In some counties, commission races are on the runoff ballot, but all eyes have been focused on who will be the nominee for the statewide races. For Lieutenant Governor, Wes Allen and John Wall are going head-to-head after a close primary. Wall, the former Alabama Republican Party chairman, led by just over 12,000 votes in the May primary. Allen, the current Secretary of State, had 38% of the votes to Wall's 40%. With U.S. Senator Tommy Tuberville running for governor, by the way, his residency challenge completely shot down unanimously by the Alabama Republican Party. His seat, of course, Tuberville's seat in the Senate, is up for grabs. The race between Navy SEAL and Covenant Rescue founder Jared Hudson and U.S. Representative Barry Moore is expected to be a close one. In the primary, Moore had 39% of the votes to Hudson's 25%. Attorney General Steve Marshall was a close third with 24% of the votes, and he was unable to make the runoff. The Senate race will be determined by who Marshall's voters decide to support in the runoff. Marshall has been term limited, so someone will have to take on the job of Alabama Attorney General. And the runoff are his Chief of Staff, Catherine Robertson, and former Alabama Supreme Court Justice Jay Mitchell. Primary results showed Robertson in the lead with 40% of the votes to Mitchell's 34%. Robertson had more than 28,000 votes more than 28,500 votes than Mitchell. However, the tables could turn during the runoff with a little over 16,000, just shy of 17,000 supporters of Pamela Casey, 117,000 supporters of Pamela Casey having to decide which candidate to choose. Casey, the current Blount County District Attorney, received 25% of the vote in the primary, not enough to advance to the runoff. The May 19th primary election saw fewer voters than in years past, so candidates are pushing constituents to the polls, saying the results will heavily depend on whose supporters show up to vote. Just wanted to give you the basics there, just to reiterate. And it really will come down to, well, who actually shows up.
Of course.
But as I mentioned, the Alabama Republican Party chairman, Scott Stadigan, good dude.
He's a good guy.
You can tell he played football, man. Like, you meet him in person, you're like, this is a big dude.
Yeah, I guess so, maybe.
Not, and I don't mean like big, like he's fat. I mean like,
thick.
Like good frame on him.
He likes my whiskey, too. Oh,
Man,
yeah, Brian Dawson plies him with my whiskey, and it works, I guess.
But Stadigan announced on Sunday that the party's candidate committee had rejected a formal challenge of U.S. Senator Tommy Tuberville's gubernatorial candidacy based on residency.
Mm-hmm.
During a press conference following the meeting, Stadigan described the hearing's format and outcome. Both sides, the challenger and Tuberville's attorneys, were given the first 45 minutes to make their case. The challenger took the full 45 minutes, whereas Tuberville's team did not. The committee then deliberated and unanimously decided to reject the challenge. We instructed the committee members to set aside politics and partisanship and base their decision solely upon clarity and common sense, said the party chairman. Coach Tuberville provided the evidence necessary to establish beyond any doubt that he fully meets the residency requirements to serve as governor, and the challenge failed to present any evidence that proved otherwise. It is time for the Alabama GOP to firmly close and lock this chapter and turn our full attention towards defeating liberal Democrat Doug Jones, increasing our supermajorities in both chambers of the legislature, reclaiming the congressional seat that federal judges wrongly denied us, and keeping Alabama the brightest red Republican state of the nation. Scott Stadthagen, or however you say his name.
Stadthagen.
He added, the Democrats' willing accomplices and allies in the liberal media will no doubt continue pursuing a false narrative in order to sow doubt, generate clicks, and prop up the flailing Doug Jones candidacy. But we are confident that Alabamians will see through their fake news bias and award Republicans a landslide win in November.
I sent you something interesting in your email about the World Cup, about our European friends.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I think you'll find it very interesting.
Check that out.
I think you'll enjoy it.
Tuberville put out a statement after this
yeah.
happened. Here's the full statement from Tuberville. In a 7-page written decision, the Alabama GOP concluded that Tommy Tuberville has been a resident citizen of Alabama for the past 7 years.
Surprise.
I'm thankful for the committee holding a hearing today to finally put this ridiculous residency hoax to bed. For the past 6 years, I've proudly represented Alabama in the United States Senate. When I'm not in D.C., Suzanne and I are at home in Auburn, and yes, sometimes at our beach house on the coast. This entire witch hunt could have been avoided if the media and Democrats had just asked a few of our neighbors about this, but they don't care about the truth. I'm not remotely surprised that the media and Democrats have worked hand in hand to try to take down my campaign. Just look at what they've done to President Trump over the past 10 years. They're giving me the Trump treatment because they know they can't beat me on the issues. Their only plan is to try to keep me off the ballot. Well, that didn't work out too well for them with President Trump, and it isn't going to work at Alabama either. It's time for Doug Jones to come out of his hole, says Tommy Tuberville. Come out of his hole.
Come out of there, you little fella.
Stop hiding behind the lies about residency and start talking about the issues. In 2020, I ran against the liberal Doug Jones, but he has since fallen deep into the socialist Marxist mind virus taking over half of our country. Let's hear Doug talk about men competing in women's sports, DEI instead of merit-based hiring, child mutilation in the name of transgenderism, expanded welfare instead of workforce training, or open borders and defunding the police, which he has consistently supported, putting Alabama families at risk. Alabama streets need to be safe. I look forward to beating Doug Jones again and being elected as Alabama's next governor. That was Tuberville's statement after that whole challenge was shot down.
Do you really, what was, you talk, I have friends that are politicos, and they're like, well, this could be serious. This challenge to, I'm like, come on, man.
Yeah, I mean, maybe the Hail Mary will work out.
It didn't.
Maybe, but, yeah.
I sense a slaughter coming on. I sense a slaughter coming on.
Yeah, I mean, it's just always the case. And honestly, and I have a sense that Doug Jones is probably a lovely man to have dinner with or whatever.
Sure.
Probably's got stories for days, and
I'm sure he does.
But I often see him not knowing him. Like the appearances I see, like he strikes me. He kind of reminds me of my very liberal uncle, who was a newspaper editor for a long time. So like no, and I don't mean
What
this,
about him?
like
What
to
ab-
butcher him. Like he strikes me as like the perfect mascot for what I talk about when we're seeing the decline and fall of the liberal boomer.
Sure. Yeah, I get that.
Like, and just the way he carries himself, the way he talks about stuff, like, and it just, I think, is falling on, you still have a lot of liberals out there, but it's falling on deaf ears more and more. And it's a change of an era.
He looks sloppy to me. I don't know what it is. Like his jacket's open and he's kind of, he just not a good look sometimes. Maybe needs a coach, a image coach.
Perhaps that'll
The
put him
mayor,
over
the
the top.
mayor's image coach could help him. We wear short pants, floods, tight jackets.
By the way.
What?
And what appears to be a blunder, that Craig Monger just put this up by 1819.
What did he put out?
What appears to be a blunder, Fox News on Monday published a story declaring Jared Hudson is the victor in Tuesday's Republican primary runoff election. The story appears to have only been up for approximately 20 minutes. However, it's detailed Hudson victory in the runoff, highlighting the defeat of a President Trump-endorsed candidate in a heavy MAGA state like Alabama.
Wow.
The headline read in bold letters, former Navy SEAL Jared Hudson defeats Trump-backed Barry Moore in Alabama Senate runoff election. President Trump's endorsement wasn't enough to boost Republican Barry Moore of Alabama to victory on the ballot box showdown for the Southeastern States Republican Senate nomination, the now-deleted story read. The story also claimed that Hudson had edged out the House Freedom Caucus member despite Moore's backing from Trump, J.D. Vance, and John Thune. The story was swiftly removed from the Fox News website, and the outlet has yet to release a correction or statement.
Man.
Hudson and Moore are slated to face one another, of course, tomorrow. And, of course, the internet lives forever, the now-deleted story. I wonder who, wrote that up and gave that to Fox.
Listen, man. Listen. They're peeing on Trump's leg. They're trying to, Fox or somebody.
Or no, it's just doing legwork. Like, this is Paul Steinhauser at Fox News.
Let me look him up.
And it just makes me wonder who in the Alabama machine wrote that for Steinhauser to post.
My goodness, man. Are you kidding me?
Because that's kind of spiking the football.
Steinhauser. Let's look here. All right.
That's crazy, man.
Hey.
No, but it shows how they have these things in the hopper.
Oh, yeah.
Now,
Dewey defeats Truman.
Yeah, it could be like, when SNL skit Dana Carvey's Tom Brokaw and he has to go on vacation.
Yep.
Like Gerald Ford was eaten by wolves today and I'm gay. And so it could be they're just getting all their ducks in a row and writing each different scenario. But that's interesting.
I'm looking at
what a mistake.
I'm looking at his I'm looking at his Muckrack account, which updates all of his newest articles. It doesn't show anything on that one. It shows Trump-backed MAGA champion Mike Collins in Georgia Republican Senate runoff. That's the latest he's done a day ago. Interesting. I'd like to find out more about that.
Let's go to line 1. You're on there. Who's this?
Hey, it's Papa B.
Hey, Papa B. Hi there.
Where do they get these people?
Dime a dozen, man.
It's probably an SPLC,
yeah.
MK Ultra.
Hack job.
Ideologue.
He looks
from
goofy.
downtown Montgomery.
No, he looks
Yeah,
goofy.
he probably lives close to downtown.
Probably.
Yeah, they're throwing something out there they wish was true.
Yep.
They want to be true.
Yep.
And so they're doing it. That's the thing that always kills me about the left. They're real good at trying to get the contrived to be made into fact. They love it when they can, just kind of create reality out of whole cloth and somehow have everybody believe it. Gaslighting, I believe that's called.
Yeah.
But whatever. All right. Dream on, dream on.
Well, think about their whole premise, though, Papa B. Let's. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but you're right, because when I was on the 1819 podcast, Brian Dawson and I were talking. I said the left crafts a narrative and then shames you into not believing that it's true or accepting. Take a look at the LGBTQ crap. Do you know how many people in our population that represents? I mean, a fraction of it. I mean, less than 3%. But we're shoved down our throats in commercials and everything, and it gets old.
Exactly right. So, Oh yeah, you got to hand it to them though. They really love trying to weave this, tale, this Potemkin's Village. They love to put it up.
Potemkin
wherever
Village.
they
That's a
can.
good one. I like that. Potemkin Village. That's a good analogy. Good one.
And since you don't know about what that is, bunch of ignoramuses, why don't you go look it up?
They don't know who Potemkin is. They don't know that he built these facades to make the European powers that would sail into St. Petersburg think that, oh, look at this beautiful city. And it's just wood with paint on it and people waving out of windows.
For the stoner morons, remember the end of Blazing Saddles where they go through the wall? And,
That's
exactly right.
Come on, you.
That's a great show, man. It's a great show.
By the way, that brings me to this point I was going to make. Look, my motto. I want us all to love each other and try to get along.
Everybody love everybody. Right.
That's right.
But that is a two-way street, bud. We can't just have it practiced on one side and not on the other, no matter which, particular division or group you might be talking about. It's got to be a mutually kind of beneficial and understanding package here. But, this riotous, I don't know how to describe it really, that's going on after that murder trial in Texas. It's just like, you got to be kidding me. You are upset because the guy that plunged the knife into the heart of an unarmed man is now convicted. Come on now.
Yeah.
This is not going to fly right here. So, I'm looking at it and saying, look, if we've come to the point now where because somebody's black, they get to, by right, and if they feel disrespected, kill a white person just because they disrespected them.
Mm-hmm.
We got some problems here that we've got to address, I would say.
Yeah, oh yeah.
No,
it's just a problem that some people were even starting to push that to a certain degree. Others were pushing the more, oh, he's a young kid and you made a mistake. Why are you making an example of him? Like, well, it's pretty crazy what happened. But here's where I come down is like, I think the good news is even though those awful people pushing what you just laid out are pushing it, I think the vast majority of folks don't look at that case and come away with that. They tried to push this, but there's a lot of folks kind of look at the facts of it, if they look at all, and go, well.
I wish those people would speak up more, though, Joey.
That's the silent majority. That's that silent majority I talk about.
I think that there are a bunch of folks that are either scared to, maybe they don't want to be, like, throwing themselves out there and and be at risk because they speak up. I think that's an act of cowardice myself.
Yep.
This is not something that we can tolerate here.
Nope.
Maybe it is just a small minority of folks, but I don't think so.
And also there's an effect of eventually
Go ahead.
Scooby stops listening to Scrappy Doo.
Well, agreed. Agreed. I do agree with you about one thing. I think that there are a lot of people that, they can see the context of this. They can tell it's not right. I want to believe that there's more people that believe, and I do believe that. But, at the same time, we have a duty to speak out against this malicious worldview, I guess. If you're black and you get disparaged by a white person, even if they call you the N-word, that doesn't mean that you have the right to have your brain blown up and start swinging fists. That's just the facts of the matter. You don't have to be respected if you don't. It's not a right.
Yeah.
Well,
I respect you, but I'm not going to sit there and say, well, somebody hurls an insult at you, that gives you the right to hurt somebody. No, it does not. You speak back, but you can't start, pulling out your knife or your gun. That's, my take on it. I don't know what.
For people lost in that mentality, and I'm being serious here, it can sound cliche or trite or whatever, but I deeply believe it, is love your enemies. So whenever at least in my own experience, I feel somebody's really frustrating me, I'm about to lose my temper or just lose my cool and I'm just reading something online, I've learned to just say a quick prayer for those folks. You don't have to belabor the point. But
one of the things that was great about Martin Luther King is he would take it and by that he would illustrate the wrong of the other person. Yeah. And he would allow other people to judge what would happen. Okay. That was the modus operandi, one of them, of Martin Luther King. If somebody hurled an insult at him, if somebody said something bad about it, well, he would, speak out against it, but then he would not. Did he endorse or condone somebody, taking up arms because somebody called him a name? I don't think
no,
so.
there were other activists that were doing that.
What's funny is we're talking, not funny, but what's ironic is we're talking about this. Really doesn't matter anymore, does it? The black race is no longer the predominant minority in this country. It's the brown race.
Yeah.
Give that some thought. It's the Hispanics that have displaced them as the second most influential, I believe, and not just believe.
Well, it almost seems wrong to lump all the Hispanics together because you try to get like a
true.
Puerto Rican and a Cuban and
but
an
they are
Argentinian
part of the
and
Latino culture.
Yeah, but you try to get them to get along on
They
stuff.
don't. They have Cuban, Cubanos, and Puerto
and
Ricans.
Religion, I think, plays a huge role.
It does. It does.
Well, nobody should think themselves so privileged and so entitled that they put themselves on such a pedestal. If somebody look, I'm going to laugh at somebody if they call me a name. If somebody insults, I'm pretty much just going to laugh at them because I can see how stupid they're being. I'm not. No, I mean, if you start coming at me with some violent, activity or something, I'm going to defend myself. But that is just a step beyond stupidity and reason, and it needs to be condemned at every turn. Okay, stabbing somebody because you feel disrespectful, I don't think so.
Bringing a knife to a gunfight, how stupid. That's my answer.
All right, guys. Anyway.
Well, I'm sorry, by the way, I forgot to give you your proper introduction.
Oh, you did.
What is it?
Yeah, I'm here. We can lead you out with it.
Okay.
Okay, I'll play along.
He's riding off into the sunset.
I am Papa B. I don't always listen to the radio, but when I do, it's Joey Clark in the afternoon.
That's good, Papa B.
Papa B out. Appreciate you.
Papa B signing off on it.
By the way, do you see who attended the UFC?
I was just getting ready to tell you the Pope's brother was there.
The Pope's brother was there? Well, that beats who I was about to say.
Listen, it says here, Louis Prevost, Pope the 14th's eldest brother, a staunch Trump ally, praised the presidential online and criticized Democrats and trans rights, was spotted with J.D. Vance, showing his improving influence in the Trump administration.
My brother's the Pope.
I know.
That's a good line to be able to throw around.
Your brother doesn't like me, does he?
I like you a lot better than him.
That's what I think.
I mean, I'll probably get along with Leo, but he's got Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. Tell him about all the protesters who were slaughtered.
That's right. So who did you see that was there too? I know you're getting a good stuff. Who did you see?
Oh, it's an 1819 News write-up, and it says, I'm looking, it's Katie and Wesley Brett.
Well, imagine that. Oh. Keep your enemies close. Our friends close. Keep your enemies closer.
What are you talking about? This is a lovely photo with the White House in the background, and they're at the event, and they're Britt was on with Jeff Poor. Katie was. Hats off to our men and women in uniform.
Yeah, right. Whatever. It's falling on deaf ears, bro. Hey, I sense something rotten in Denmark.
You think about all the incredible things that our military has accomplished over the last several months with President Trump at the helm.
I mean,
they're clearly the most fierce fighting force in the world, and to be able to elevate them made the night even more special. Yeah, and for those people who said, look, we shouldn't have these types of athletes or these types of games elevated because every day Americans enjoy this, I think those people need a dose of reality, Katie told Jeff Moore.
Left front.
We live in the greatest country on the planet. We have these freedoms because of those men and women in uniform who are willing to sacrifice it all. Senator Brett added, to see a president continue to elevate our troops, continue to appreciate our troops' making sure that our nation understands all they do for us. I think it is wonderful.
I think I just threw up a little bit in my mouth.
It's a great statement on the face of it.
It's sort of like what the governor's office puts out about veterans too, isn't it? Sorry, brother. There's something rotten.
I just know you wear your heart on your sleeve, and it's entertaining.
I'm afraid what she's going to do to me.
No, it's just entertaining. I'm poking the
She better worry about me.
Why?
I'm just saying. Listen, there's more to this. I haven't even shared the whole story with you after talking to another person that was running for Senate.
I just got a text from Eddie Bader.
Yeah, what Eddie say?
And he said he doesn't find Katie as captivating as I do. I guess you don't.
Well, Eddie, maybe those wasps stung something into him that gives him some real sense now.
Yeah. Well, he had to text because his tongue got
Poor Eddie.
Anyway,
Drink more beer, Eddie.
Let's go to line 2. You're on there. Who's this?
This is Harris.
Hey, Harris, how are you?
I'm good. How y'all this afternoon?
I'm all right.
Hey, I had to jump out of the truck a little while ago, I guess, about the time that Jay Mitchell called in.
Yeah.
Has he ever been on your program in the past? Just curious, Joe.
No, they reached out over the weekend, and I always have the rule of, you ask me to dance, I'll say yes, but this is the first time they asked.
Well, I find it interesting because I was in a discussion with someone about the Attorney General's race, I don't know, a month ago or so, and I said that, I thought both candidates would do a good job. I said, however, Catherine Robertson I was very impressed with her because I do a lot of traveling throughout the state, and she did not shy away from getting on any radio interview.
Right.
I mean, I think she's been on your show several times.
Several times, yeah. Yep.
Yeah. And, I don't know if that's a good enough reason to vote for somebody, but she's in my camp due to the fact that she didn't shy away.
No, there's a lot to be said about familiarity. It's not a specific issue or thing. It's you get to know a person when you spend enough time with them, or at least listen to them. And I think that goes a long way. And like I said, I don't go out of my way to try to invite folks because I got enough of them trying to invite themselves on. But if they do invite themselves on, you know me too. I guess we were kind of tough on Jared the other day, but not even. We were pretty nice
we were very
about
nice.
it. Like, I don't do the gotcha crap.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, if you want to be ripped a new one, go hang out with Dale for a second and get on the wrong side.
How do you think that comes out tomorrow?
I don't know. I think the Trump endorsement gets Wall and more over the top, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I got you. All right, thank you, fellas.
Appreciate it, Harris.
I was going to say you could have been really mean to Jared with the comment of No, I'm not going to talk about it, but I know what you said.
Yeah, but that was just more. I think that's funny. What I said.
Was that just bantering?
Yeah, I think it's a funny thing to say.
Well, it's true.
Right. Yeah, it's fascinating. It's going to be fascinating to see how this does come down because I'll just my op-ed drops tomorrow and I'll
look forward to reading it.
Pretty straightforward, but I took over this show, which used to be 9 to noon. Now it's 3, whatever. Started doing my own 3-hour show at the end of 2019.
Okay.
And then we went through COVID.
Yeah.
Which was it's like a time warp and a bizarre
It's
time.
like a
I was doing the
different
show for a while with Jack Campbell.
Yep.
And then I remember, and we did the cycle with Coach and with Barry winning that first congressional seat against Jeff Coleman. And then Jack started not on air as much, if at all. And I realized, okay, it's just me.
Yeah.
And it ended up being the 2022 Senate cycle. And I remember interviewing Jessica Taylor at the time.
Yep.
I remember interviewing Mike Durant.
Yes.
Even John Merrill when he was in there.
John Merrill, yeah, that's the name.
And of course, I remember interviewing Katie Britt. I think the first time I met her in person was when she went on April Marie's show when April Marie was covering for Dan Morris.
Right.
And I remember going through that process and seeing that Mo Brooks was the Trump-backed guy. And by the way, you notice I didn't say because Mo would come on by the phone, but he wasn't around as much in person. But I interviewed Mo a few times, and I thought, well, he's got the Trump endorsement. I remember talking to some cute young staffer, all these lovely women in politics. And and she was asking me, thinking I'm like the wonk guru type, and I'm like, I'm more ready to go home and get high. How's that point in my life? I'm going to go rip the bong and then pretend to care about this
hurry
tomorrow.
up, you're standing in my party time.
But I was like, well, I mean, he's got the Trump endorsement.
Right. Well, what could possibly go wrong?
He's got the Trump endorsement. Mo's got the Trump endorsement. Have I mentioned that Mo Brooks has the Trump endorsement?
He did.
And then I remember seeing Senator Britt sitting like in the studio, right across from Eddie and I, and she talked about what happened at that big Trump rally in Coleman, I believe. Or was it Coleman? Or,
It was Coleman.
Yeah. And at first I thought it wasn't that big of a deal because there's one moment where Mo did get booed. I'm like, meh. And what I didn't realize is they already knew how they were going to exploit that.
Sure.
By they, I mean Senator Britt herself and the brilliant folks around her. And I mean that, by the way.
Sinister.
You can't help
it. Well, I cannot.
It's so fun.
One thing you'll know is I will tell you what I'm thinking.
But I remember, like, at the time thinking, it's not that big of a deal. But I started to see, okay, in hindsight, wow.
Yeah.
How effective it was.
Sure.
How brilliant the campaign was. They took that one moment. They not only exploited on the exterior, like taking on like the public and messaging to the public, but also were exploiting it behind the scenes where I believe Britt was meeting with Trump.
Yeah.
And when he attacked her initially, she didn't attack back. She just said, well, we're going to try hard. I think he called her Shelby's assistant.
Yeah, that's what she said. I think that's what it was.
What a loser. What a loser. Just some assistant. And yet realized, no, here's the long game here. So that moment that was exploited, Trump was clearly pissed about it and behind the scenes. Mo was also trying to take on all the big mules at the same time.
He was.
And I remember seeing like, oh, this is remarkable. When Trump gave the endorsement, I was smoking a cigar downtown, 23 Court, nice place.
Nice place.
And I saw Trump gave that endorsement last second, a week before, to soon to be Senator Britt. And it struck me that moment where Mo messed up became the moment her and that brilliant team of folks, you say sinister. Maybe to be brilliant in politics, you got to have a little Machiavelli in you.
You do have to have a lot of Machiavelli in you.
That was the moment they exploited, and they made Trump kiss their ring. And so I wonder, because I asked Jared Hudson on Friday, did you know all these questions about Barry's veteran status were coming up before the public started seeing it?
Diverted.
Well, and what he said is, I remember, but what did he divert to? It's interesting.
Yeah. The event where
when he gave the Kamala style word salad.
Right.
And it clicked in my mind. I'm like, oh, that's like Mo getting booed at the muddy rally in Coleman. So you take a moment of, yes, a mistake by your opponent, and you exploit it, you hyper-focus on it. Now, at this point, will it work? Well, that's the question tomorrow. Will the same, I think, forces, however you want to characterize them, make Trump kiss the ring again? And what's so fascinating is seeing this Fox News article.
That's right.
Already ready to go. So we'll see. I don't know. Like, I don't pretend to be the wonk. I don't go home to rip the bong anymore. But I go home to, say the rosary.
That's right.
But I've noticed that it's interesting to see the same dynamics when you look in between the lines happening all over again. So we shall see.
Take it for what it's worth, but from pretty good sources of politicos that are knowledgeable about who is being used as the hack people for writing this stuff up for Jared Hudson. Trump's got a long memory. He's like an elephant. He doesn't, no pun intended, an elephant. That was good. He knows. He knows about the time he was forced to kiss the ring, and I have a feeling he's put it in no uncertain terms. Katie, I'd hate to have to come after you for the yes, Mr. President. She says, when that little event we watched there, and I think there is a nuance to it all. We'll see.
There is.
We'll see. We'll see.
There certainly is. But, you know, we're supposed to say that it's all about the simple issues that all the politicians message and craft stuff. Like, no, I don't have to look at it that way. I look at it how I want to.
Not at all.
But we'll see. Honestly, I agree with the point of view that no matter who wins, you're still going to get a pretty conservative guy.
I think so.
Or gal across all these races.
I concur.
Like, we are heading in a direction as a state where the candidates are just becoming more and more conservative. Now, down the road, maybe Hunts Vegas gets so big. You see more people moving to the state, especially into Birmingham. Hey, Montgomery, that could. How are we doing on getting population to come here?
Yeah, no.
But you see just more like liberal folks come in, and I think the Democrats say in the next few cycles will probably have a better shot at statewide politics. But right now, we are rock-ribbed conservative. And so if you're conservative, if you really want your voice to count, because voting, especially on these big things, like what, you're one of millions, it's kind of symbolic at that point, but it's not when you all put it together. Your own single vote's more symbolic. But when it comes down to one of these runoffs where it's going to be decided by very few people, and because not that many folks show up, why not just show up? Go stop by. I'm going to go to church tomorrow, go to mass at 6:30 a.m., say some more prayers, and I'm going to go vote real quick, then I'm going to go work out. That's the plan.
That's how you're going to do it.
Plus, it's deload week. I was worn out last week.
I know you were. Good for you.
Hitting peak week. I'm like, my joints. Anyway.
Did you see the side story on Sean O'Malley, who I like, at the UFC fight, was fighting that Ayman Zaharabi from Canada, Zaharabi, and Zaharabi had them play the Canadian national anthem.
Yeah.
So O'Malley knocks him out in the first round.
Yeah, but we played it with class.
We did.
Whereas you didn't get the same treatment for the Canadians the other day.
No, I didn't.
For the American national.
No, I know that. We know that. There's a.
I don't know.
They're upset about Alberta.
They should be worried. Let's make them more upset.
Wouldn't it be great?
I would love to see them become the 51st state.
I want you to look at your mail between this next break so you can comment on what
Yeah.
it's funny. It's funny.
We'll be right back.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings 6 till 9 and afternoons 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Trust is the number one reason why a patient chooses a healthcare provider. Adams Drugs has been your trusted healthcare provider since 1962 and has been voted the number one pharmacy in the River region for many years. We strive each and every day to provide you the level of health care you have come to expect from Adams Drugs. The employees at Adams Drugs take pride in developing relationships with their patients, from making sure your prescriptions are filled correctly to getting to know you and your family's needs and following up on any questions you may have. Adams Drugs employees deliver top-notch service. We ask you to visit us at any of our locations in Montgomery, Prattville, Wetumpka, Millbrook, and Pine Level Marbury and give us a chance to earn your business. You can find us at adamsdrugs.net for the location that is nearest to you. Adams Drugs is your local, independently owned Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Paid for by McGinnis for Alabama, 203 Investment Lane, Summerdale, Alabama, 36580.
Hillary! Hillary! I'm really feeling my pain. I sure could use a 5-point plan right now.
I'm Christina Warner McKinnis, and we all need the 5-point plan for Alabama farms and families. Better food security. They should be able to buy Alabama rotisserie chicken with SNAP benefits, not margarita mix. Guide more farmers to the millions of dollars in grants they deserve. Protect our farmland from China and promote sweet-grown Alabama for tourism. We need more Alabama food on the plates of our schools and home. It's time to tell the politicians in Montgomery, same old is not working for us.
Christina Warner McKinnis for Agriculture.
I haven't asked the big guy yet, but I have a feeling he'll like the plan.
This 5-point plan is huge, very special. And believe me, I know the 5-point plan. And all the other 5-point plans are horrible, probably made in China.
When it comes to your mortgage, who you work with matters. And this is one decision where local makes all the difference. Don't fall victim to flashy mailers, spam calls, or 1-800-lenders who don't even know your name, much less your neighborhood. Those lenders are often sitting in some faraway state, reading from a script, and chasing volume, not relationships. A local lender understands the market you live in, or should I say that we live in. At Alabama Home Mortgage, you can look at us in the eye and trust us with one of the biggest financial decisions you'll ever make. Local lenders don't disappear after closing day. Our reputation is built right here, one family at a time. So before you pick up the phone and call a stranger, remember us, Kim Williams and Madeline Cannon at Alabama Home Mortgage. You deserve guidance from someone who knows the community because they're a part of it. Give us a call at Alabama Home Mortgage today at 334-567-4223 or visit us online at myalabamahomemortgage.com. That's Alabama Home Mortgage, because there is a difference in mortgage companies. NMLS 1586368, Equal Housing Lender.
Get ready, Central Alabama. The biggest watermelon festival yet is happening Saturday, June 27th at Sweet Creek Farm Market. They're celebrating America's 250th birthday and all things watermelon with free admission, over 100 arts and crafts vendors, a watermelon eating contest, entertainment for the kids, food trucks, and family fun around every corner. It's Sweet Creek Farm Market's biggest arts and crafts festival ever, and admission is free. Saturday, June 27th, 10 to 4 on Highway 231 and Pike Road. Come hungry, bring the family, and celebrate summer at Sweet Creek Farm Market's Watermelon Festival.
For too long, Alabama's statewide news companies have shamed us for our conservative Christian values. Alabama deserves a news company that cherishes our culture, a company that isn't bought and paid for by the powers that be. 1819 News is that company. Run by Alabamians for Alabamians, 1819 News celebrates what is good and beautiful about our state, while exposing those who work against our values in secret. Just go to 1819news.com to learn more. Subscribe to our newsletter. That's 1819news.com.
Congressman Barry Moore has always delivered for Alabama. As a member of the House Freedom Caucus, Barry Moore earned a score of 100 from Heritage Action for protecting our values. He's helped thousands of Alabama families, fought for our veterans as a veteran himself, and secured millions for infrastructure, first responders, and public safety. Barry Moore helped pass Trump's One Big Beautiful Bill, delivering tax cuts for hardworking Alabama families, and stood strong to secure our borders. Now, Barry is taking that fight to the United States Senate. Barry Moore will defend our freedoms, defend the Second Amendment, protect our children, stand up for parents, and keep boys out of girls' sports, while continuing to cut taxes and lower prices. Endorsed by President Trump, Barry Moore is a proven conservative Alabama can trust.
I'm Congressman Barry Moore. I've rolled up my sleeves in Congress, and I'll keep fighting for Alabama in the U.S. Senate. I'm Barry Moore, a conservative fighter, and I approve this message.
Approved and paid for by Barry Moore for U.S. Senate.
This is your roving reporter. Today I'm talking with a prospector. That's right, man. I'm prospecting for gold. You dig? No, but it looks like you do. And you know the first thing I'm going to do when I strike it rich? What's that? I'm going to hire David Ernest to be my money man. You mean everyone's favorite asset preservationist? That is correct, man. I'm going to call him up at 833-596-7233. 833-596-SAFE. You know, I've heard a lot of good things about David Ernest. You know, he's the best money man around with over 40 years of experience. Experience is necessary, especially when you're digging for gold. That's right, man. And I can see that you don't have very much experience. What do you mean, man? Well, you have the little plastic bucket and shovel like a kid would take to the beach. Yeah, man, well, I want to start out small and kind of pace myself up until I strike it rich. Well, maybe you should call David Ernest first. You think he's got a shovel? Never know till you ask. I dig, man.
This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number one in the number two business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
If it concerns your community, you'll hear about it on News Talk 93.1. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Welcome back. Well, we talked for way too long to open up that hour, so sorry for the long ad break. But this part of the program brought to you by Prattville Carpet. And normally I'd be talking to Ray Bowles, but he's tied up today, which is all right. But if you're looking for brand new floors, whether it's carpeting, they can even cut you a rug, brand new rug, area rug, or traditional hardwood, laminate products. The epoxy floors are looking
They're
great.
so nice, so nice.
Way to make a garage pop. You could even do a kitchen floor that way.
My brother did once.
They can also do ceramic tile. I mean, the point is they do it all there at Prattville Carpet. If you're looking for any sort of resurface job in the bathroom, in the kitchen, maybe new carpet down in the bedroom, maybe you want to redo the whole house. Just check them out today. Just call them up at 285-8117. That's 285-8117. And be sure to tell them you heard I've had him here on the radio from that Joey Clark fella. So, did we learn anything today?
Yeah, the Japanese fans clean up their section of the
Yep.
stadium, and the Giants quarterback Winston was helping them clean up. I thought that was interesting.
Beautiful.
Isn't that neat?
And
Japanese cleaning up.
Well, and we learned tomorrow is election day.
Yes, we go out and vote. Yeah.
We learned America's back, baby.
They are
After,
back.
like the vibe shift.
I can
Like the
sense
peace
it.
deals and the gas prices coming down, and there's fighting in front of the White House, but the good kind of fighting.
Yeah.
All these men in uniform cheering them on. Happy birthday, President Trump, with a huge flyover.
That was
and
great. That was
God
great.
himself doing that lightning strike around
was
with the
beautiful.
rainbow around the Washington Monument. It's a whole thing.
That was the seal of approval.
It's a whole thing. Anyway, we got to hit it out of here.
All right.
Greg's next, I believe.
Yep.
And he should have David Blackman on.
Oh, good. He's always popular.
So y'all stay tuned.
From the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusada, News Talk 93.